we're done here.
Shut up.
Welcome to All Nerds Here. We pros. Actually. Hey, friends. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Well, it's actually afternoon.
It's afternoon now.
It's afternoon for everybody now. I can't even know what time it is.
We have to concede.
I know, we've conceded. It's now afternoon.
Thank you.
Now it's afternoon for you, yes.
Yeah, happy afternoon. Welcome to All Nerds Here and PWN Live. Let's go around and introduce everybody. Starting with, let's start with Fox.
My name's down here. What more do you need to know?
Excuse me, my name is down here.
Hi, I'm Fox. That's right there. I play like 14 characters. I don't know. I think I play Skeletor. I play Captain Janeway. I play Phoenix and Benny Templeton and the Over Undertaker. Two of those are wrestlers. One of those is an announcer. Pay careful attention. You'll find out which is which on tonight's episode.
That works. Simon.
Hello, I'm Simon. You can find me on Twitter at LuchaLibris and my game designs at colorspraygames.itch.io. I am playing Death Blossom, the Luchadora, along with the announcer Ramiro Rudioso, and newly minted wrestler War Master. In addition, depending on the circumstances of the game, I may or may not bring out some fuzzy little friends made of foam and dreams, but that's really up to the chaos of the game now, isn't it?
We never know.
It's utterly out of our hands.
We never know. They're beautiful. All right, Smurf.
Hi, everybody. Tonight I am playing Ron Steerling, the former Golden One and now Shattered Dream of PWN. And I am also playing the Vessel, who is a being that can travel across time and space, and Rory Cemetery, who's kind of a dick.
But we love him. He's a lovable dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not.
It's fun to watch him fall over.
Jackie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie, and I will be playing the cook, who is a wonderful parody of a very famous wrestler turned celebrity. And then I will also be playing After Dark, which is the ever so mysterious cyberware bounty hunter that exists in our game. And also I will be playing the ever so wonderful and stoic and but questionable decision-making Johnny Wong.
What was your interest rate at? Like 32%? I think it's what you
36
said
and a
last
half.
time. Oh! Every time.
Repeating,
My
of
heart.
course.
Johnny, no.
Why? Why would
Johnny,
you do
why?
this to yourself?
For
Can't do
35
this to an
years.
old man.
For 35 years. It's fine. It's fine. You know.
God.
And I am Kate. I am the creative of this game, and I just mainly my job is to lose control after a couple minutes and try to regain it the rest of the entire game. That's pretty much my job. And sometimes I play MPWs.
Well, your first problem is you keep asking the question, what do you do? You gotta stop asking that question.
That's kind of my job, man.
Gotta
That's how
stop
these
asking
games
it.
run. That's how these games run.
Just saying.
Control in RPGs is a myth. No gods, no masters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true that you
Only
don't
dice.
control. Everyone's like, "Oh, DMs run the game." No, we don't.
No, they don't.
Especially in a PBTA game.
We facilitate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
Don't hate, facilitate.
we are playing the
I gotta
Worldwide
go.
Wrestling RPG second edition playtest materials. If you are interested, you can check that out at, I don't know, but I know there's a link that you can put in. I don't-
Kickstarter.
No, the Kickstarter's over.
Kickstarter's over.
There it goes. npdesign.com. That's what it was. I could not. My brain just went. I forgot the website.
Live demo, folks. Live demo.
I forgot the website. Thank you, Amy. You're the best. Also, we are raising money right now for the LGBTQ Freedom Fund over at in connection with So Many Games at a Tiltify at tiltify.com/@chattyfam/backslash chattyfam pride. Go check that out. You can get some as rewards awesome PWN stuffs like PWN prize pack with art. You can get just art, or if you're feeling especially generous, you could get a game with me running it in the PWN world that will become canon, my friends. That will become canon.
Everything in
So-
PWN is canon.
Yeah, pretty
Hashtag everything's canon.
much. Oh.
Everything is canon.
And Vernish Truth has incentives where I hate you. Where
I love you.
she will write NPCs for you that are pretty awesome. I'm sure, it's really cool NPCs. Check those out. So go check it out over there. Also, I want to remind you, as always, that Black Lives Matter and trans rights are human rights. Let's get in to the game. Are we ready? We open on a silver painted Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
It pulls out front of our arena. And the vessel disembarks from the vessel with Phoenix right behind him. Does this place look familiar to you?
I don't know, because it's really bright and I'm blinking because nobody's described where we are. I know I've stepped out of some kind of a vehicle, but where are we? Then I can answer your question.
This is our arena.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Glad that you've decided to stop kidnapping me. I'm gonna go back to my job now.
No, you are here, but not here in the same time.
Oh my god.
This-
Can we be like on a bad blue screen then?
Sure.
like-
Yeah. This
Very
is
poorly keyed out.
wrestling present. And what you will witness now is the state of things
Like as they are?
as they are presently.
But this is where I live, though. Mr. Person the vessel?
You may
What?
call me the vessel.
Okay,
Now
vessel.
we shall
comma
proceed in for the ritual opening in the locker room.
Okay.
Have you not noticed that every episode opens with a locker room scene?
I mean, now that you mention it, like, I've never really stopped to consider it, but I guess you're kind of right. I mean, that's sort of... Everything begins and ends in the locker room, I guess, right? Like, that makes sense. Why are
Come
we
and
here?
see. We are here to see the impact of the episode that you have missed through your journey of self-exploration.
Really, I'm kind of only interested in the impact of, like, a baseball bat against, like, title belts. That's, like, really fulfilling for me.
Then you will be pleased with what your bat has brought to the golden one.
Okay.
Now we will enter. And they just kind of, like, appear outside of Ron Sterling's door. Like, they don't walk in or anything. They just kind of, like, apparate. Exactly.
What is Ron doing? Like, as you open the door before.
Ron has completely lost it. The room is still a mess, and he is spray painted "You suck" on the walls. And Ron was never anything. Bring back the Vulcan. Like, there's a whole bunch of this, like, it's very clearly he did it, but it's almost like people are calling him out for being trash.
This is very good environmental storytelling.
You see, while you were gone,
Uh-huh.
Ronald lost everything. The tag team champions are now After Dark and the Over Undertaker.
Who? I don't actually really know who that is. Have you seen my bat? Oh, hey, nice. My hand's just passing through it. 'Cause I can't-
Unfortunately, the damage that you wish to inflict has already been done.
Good. He had it coming. He was a jerk. He was a jerk to me. And he was a jerk to other people. And it's completely ridiculous. Who puts 3 title belts on one person? Again, I have to stress, there is one man behind all of this, and I don't know if he can hear me through time and space, but, like, eat a big one. So...
Not only can he hear you, but he has
Really?
approved this narrative.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
this is my new. I'm gonna cut the cold open there. Come back to this moment. As we move to. Oh my god.
Did not even take 5 minutes.
It was good before, but that was the freaking little maraschino cherry on top.
Welcome to PWN from Vancouver, Washington. Are you ready for action? Scene. And then it opens on the ring. And Rory Cemetery sitting behind the announce guy.
Good evening, wrestling fans. My name is Rory Cemetery, and we have an amazing show for you tonight. As you can see, the Vessel and Phoenix are still doing whatever it is they're doing. But we have an amazing match to open up tonight. We're going to see the Golden One, Ron Steerling, take on Karma in a match that really is going to bring some karma to the Golden One. He's really got it coming to him as of late. Our next match tonight is going to be Ghost versus War Master. War Master, fresh on the scene last week. Really interesting combatant. The Bull just walked out of last week's match due to the shenanigans of the War Master. We'll see if that's a staple going forward for the War Master's match. And then finally, we're going to see the new tag team featuring the now double champion Death Blossom with the team Death and Rainbows take on the tag team champions After Dark and the Over Undertaker. We got some good matches and we got some weird stuff going on. I hope you guys enjoy.
And then, as the Vessel noticed, we go back to the locker room where everybody's getting ready for the night. What's everybody doing?
Updating the overlay. So somebody else go first.
Okay, if anything, the cook is definitely in his dressing room. Definitely still working on trying to figure. Now we've gotten to the full proposal stage, so now it's got and thanks to last week's poll, he's now you see Alville making like desperate calls, trying to arrange everything, and it's starting to sound like the most over the top ridiculous thing ever. We have biplanes with banners, we have helicopters, we have fireworks, and we're deciding between whether or not it's going to be on a cruise ship or if we're going to attempt some kind of crazy 80s style of terrible, cheesy romance rom-com nonsense, whether it involves either a kidnapping and or it doesn't. Or being lost in the woods. Either one.
My wedding was, like, really boring, I'm starting to learn.
That's just the proposal. We haven't gotten to the wedding yet.
My proposal, equally boring. Damn. Being gay has a lot more pressure to it than I realized. Holy shit.
He's got to show off the money.
Well, when you're the cook.
Yeah.
His net worth is at least about $6 million.
The Bull is going to be sitting over in the corner again, in his full wrestling gear, but just reading another book.
Ooh, what's he reading? Ooh, what's he reading?
I don't know. I can't really tell right now.
We can do a parallel scene to what we did last week. The War Master, I think, shoves his head like around the corner, like sees the bull with his horned helmet and no visible face except his glowing like eyes through the helmet and his heavy leathers and such. Friend Bull, I thought I'd find you here.
Oh, you're still here.
Yes, and I demand satisfaction for having you step outside of the ring. You besmirched my honor previously last week when I thought we had agreed upon a match of the ages in which two titans would clash in the field of battle, and I struck upon you, and you refused to engage me in single combat. Therefore, I need to show to all of PWN, and indeed all the people of Vancouver here, that you are an uncouth warrior who would sooner step away in cowardice than face me in the ring. What do you have there? What do you read this week?
He just looks up, looks left or right. Like, is someone talking? Is someone talking?
I think he like walks right up to him and like looms and snatches the book out of his hand. Like, you deign to insult a warrior of my caliber by pretending as though I do not exist. I am not some cheap plaything that you can simply mock to my face. I have mastered all forms of combat across all realms, mortal, astral, and ethereal, and even umbral, from my recent stint stalking across the Shadow Fells, when I have rent many beasts asunder, and such displacer beasts and observer creatures of many stalks of eyes and spells. I cannot be mocked by one such as you.
No, you need a professional for that kind of mockery, dear.
Who dares? And he whips around.
As he's like flipping the book around.
Yeah, just
As you can see in the book, it says you're flipping the book around. It's Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good stuff. Oh, I've got the wrong name on you. You're not Death Blossom. You're the War Master. There we go. Let's fix that over. War Master, sweetie, wonderful to see you. Fantastic. You're looking very Conan the Barbarian today, and I absolutely adore it. Listen, so you've got a little match tonight. I'm told. I am told.
Me,
with
turd.
with a little ghosty woasty. She just kind of like sidles up to War Master.
The bull is just gonna walk up and just like kind of pluck the book out of War Master's hand when he's not paying attention,
Rude.
and just go back and sit down and back to reading.
Because I've heard them talking about you. Secret, terrible things. I mean, you didn't hear this from me, of course, darling, but I believe they said that you were a coward was on the list, and that you were a bully, also, and that you had no. Oh, I can't say it. Oh, I hesitate to even shudder to think the words. That you have no honor.
I think at this moment, right behind you, you hear a, "Oh, did I?"
Ah, crap!
And right behind you is standing a medium-sized person in a full ghillie suit.
Gets me every time.
Just behind you. You didn't hear them. They're just there.
What?
Did I really?
What manner of trickery is this?
You see, some kind of evil sorcerer they are, with evil magics and dark presences. Yes, so beat the crap out of him. Gotta go. Bye. And Undertaker runs out from between the two of them. So much for that scheme.
What dark sorcery do you employ here that you may appear without even the rush of wind or the crushing of leaves under your feet, underneath your boots?
Stealth.
The coward's way out. I see.
Oh, really? That's what you're gonna get. Oh, really?
Of course, only a true warrior decides to meet the opponent face to face in single combat in the ring. And so you employ your stealth, your sneak attacks and such. I will not have it. I will have my honor. And if you strike from the shadows before the match even begins, or even during, to try and take attacks, perhaps of opportunity against me, I will see you rent asunder and tear you limb from limb. You will see how stealthy you can be when I tear both of your legs off of your puny little mortal form.
Okay, you can roll to cut a promo, but I also want to know what you're wearing right now.
It's the helmet with the horns.
Mm-hmm.
No shirt, obviously. Just
Right.
big, muscly,
How would he
thick
even
slab
find
of beef.
a shirt that fits him? Like,
Yeah, right. 6'4", 300 pounds.
Yeah. Big
We,
dude.
I mean,
Stretchy
they were
fabric.
T-shirts for Hulk Hogan, and they managed to somehow never stay on.
The war skirt, so like the long strips come in the
okay.
front. Y'all ever play fucking Weapon Lord on the Super Nintendo?
absolutely,
Yes.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
that's the
Oh,
vibe.
okay. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like unnecessary pauldrons, like bone,
I think
leather.
that I want you to make this roll.
Yeah.
But I
I've
think
listened
the-
to a Manowar album or two in my day.
I like that while you're making this speech, War Master doesn't notice
Of
that
course.
that Ghost
Whatever you're about to say, of course.
is just flitting around him the entire time. What'd you get?
I got an 11.
Okay, good. All right.
I connect with
so-
the audience. I get to pick two things. I make creative booking a match, add a stipulation to a relevant match. They come out to respond to your promo or gain +1 heat with the subject of my promo. So I'm going to gain a heat with Ghost
I love it.
because I need that heat because I need them stats. That's how this game works, baby.
No.
Build some heat.
Yeah.
And then I'm already in the match. I'm not calling them out. So I think I add a stipulation to the relevant
Sure.
match. Goodness. Okay, let's do that idea that I was talking about before.
Yeah.
The, Yeah.
Yeah, so War Master, I think, is like trying to follow Ghost as their
Ghost is like flitting around
Foom,
that
foom, foom.
War Master as
right. And so War Master like finally yells, "Enough! You and your trickery, you are so bound to your one tactic. Very well. I am not without my own form of honor. I will give you a chance to showcase your particular expertise at camouflage and other such cowardly tactics. I will show you that I do not need such backhanded techniques in order to absolutely decimate my opponents. So, we shall fight in an arena of unconventional strategy. We shall fight among the most difficult of terrain, barring its standard and convenient movement, reducing our speeds respectively by a minimum of 5 feet per step. We shall battle among the wilderness, and you will see that although you are able to hide in the shadows as a free action, that I do not need such expertise to destroy you."
I think when you're done with this speech, Ghost
Ghost
just
is already gone.
No, Ghost just flits by you one more time and is gone, and you're just the the your belt just kind of loosens and it just falls off. Just falls to the ground.
Oh no! Surprise round! Grows and he goes to scoop everything up. And then, like, stumbles away, like, tripping over the war skirt. Like, you have not seen the last of me, ghost! The promotion has seen too much already. He, like, hustles off into a locker. A stall, not a locker.
Same. I wouldn't fit
Stuffs
a locker.
himself into the locker.
He hustles past the over Undertaker talking to Diesel, just going, all right, I'll give you 10 to 1 for the War Master. I'm telling you, this is a sure thing.
You're a joke, right?
I'll just take my money elsewhere then. Fine. I don't have an extended thing there, just gambling.
What's Ron doing? Anything specific, or is he just in his dressing room?
He's still in his dressing room.
Buddy.
There's a knock on the door.
What?
Ron, and it's Karma.
What do you want?
I just wanted you to know that I'm really excited about our match because, like, I just really admire and respect you, because you're just like one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen, and I just had hoped one day I could wrestle you. So, I really look forward to our match later today. I hope you do too.
Never wrestle your heroes, kid. They'll always disappoint you.
Holy shit.
Okay. Well, I'll see you later then, I guess. Since we don't have another name, what are Death and Rainbows doing?
I think we're trying to, like, figure out what our branding is.
Oh, I like it.
So we're, like, sitting in the locker room and, like, I think we have, like, various pictures. We've got, like, a collage book or something spread on a folding table.
Mhm.
And we're trying to, like, put different samples together. And what we were looking at right now is, like, a unicorn skull, but it's got, like, the rainbow flowing mane coming off of it and wrapping around it. And so we're trying to, like, incorporate each of our own little bits and pieces.
I also
Of,
feel
like-
like you're surrounded by Death House Hot House flowers right now.
Naturally.
Yeah, you have to be.
Sponsorships.
They're important. I was thinking that, like, if we did this, it would be really fun. What do you think?
It's good. But is it gonna work when we put it on the patch on the backs of the varsity jackets? I mean, I think that really the budget is there, and we sort of incorporate your whole thing because you're the sorority sisters, and I don't want to make sure that we don't lose sight of where we've all come from.
Right, but, like, what if we did, like, leather varsity jackets, and then you still had your leather jacket, and then we were all tied together with the patch? Then we're still, like, the same thing, but different. Does that make
That's
sense?
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first order of business. But
All
more
right.
importantly, what are we gonna do against After Dark and the Over Undertaker? Because they've got some really underhanded tactics.
I know, they're the worst. Like, who even thought that them wrestling was a good idea? I don't even know.
Oh, you hear a knock on your door?
I'll go get it. And Death Blossom gets up and, like, stops for a moment, like, runs her fingers through the flowers, like, takes a deep sniff. You know, there's nothing like aromatherapy for getting you in the right mood, whether it's taking plans for your future or thinking about how you're going to demolish the competition. There's nothing I get helps center me more than Death House, Hot House flowers.
I don't even have to prompt your commercials now. Good lords. This happens.
You don't get to complain, Kate. You arranged
No,
this. You
it's
made
so
this happen.
good. I love it.
And then she
This is your
secures one of the
fault.
flowers into her hair, into her,
Oh.
like, ponytail
Ponytail,
and then
I love
opens
it.
the door.
So there's nobody there when you open the door, but there is a there's a vanilla envelope, and it says "To Death and Rainbows."
Huh. Wonder what this is. I don't remember getting a notification about. Did any of you order any? She comes back in and
Like they're
opens
all
up
whispering to each other, like, "But what if we did that? What if?"
Inside is a mixtape. It's
Pulls
the
it out.
90s.
Looks at it. Ah, shoot! Somebody didn't rewind that. She takes a pencil and jams it in the holes and starts twisting it.
Yep. There is something written on it, and it says, "Death and Rainbows mixtape of doom."
Oh my gosh.
Mixtape of Doom. Did you were you working on a like a soundtrack to? Were we redoing the theme music? Because I didn't know about this, but
No,
hang on.
No.
She goes like, cracks open one of those old, big, kind of like square boom boxes, them old jam boxes,
Oh
big
God,
speakers,
it hurts.
right? Pushes that mechanical eject button, pulls out Jock Jams Volume 6.
Yes.
Oh God, it even hurts even more.
Puts it, replaces it.
So you're listening and
Those
you
two
hear
live
this.
crew boys, they're really going places.
Oh God, it hurts even more. Oh God, I didn't realize I was gonna get hurt this much this episode.
I gotta cut in with Brittany. I was talking to Brittany the other day. She's like, "So Jock Jams and butt rock, same thing?"
Yeah.
Question mark. We're like, some butt rock is Jock Jams, but not all Jock Jams
Yeah,
is butt
it's
rock.
butt rock.
No.
Fair. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the friggin' SAT question that really should have been.
Yeah. That would get a lot of people.
This is why I couldn't get into college. It's things like that.
It's so the tape as it's playing, it's a very synthwave kind of house style music, so it's very easy to headbang to and getting the groove on. But then you hear every so often in parts of the break, you hear very subtly thrown in, and it's just literally the sound of After Dark in their very robotic voice. Losers. Losers.
Okay, we gotta figure out how to make this music happen. I gotta work on that this week. After Dark synthwave loser music.
It's definitely me trying to cut a promo. And
Yeah,
get
yeah,
them
yeah.
and tag
Yeah.
it.
I love it. Roll to cut that promo. Roll to cut that promo. That's so good.
Oh sweet, I rolled a 12.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Alright, so
You get two things.
I do. I'm definitely going to raise a heat with everybody in that room.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Take a heat with the varsity girl. We'll just take a heat with Death and Rainbows. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm probably gonna add a stipulation to the match.
Yes, yes.
So the stipulation to the match is it's going to be everyone has to be handcuffed to each other.
Oh my god.
So the
Wait.
partners all the partners have to be handcuffed to each other.
Okay.
So it's like a big old Red Rover situation.
Yes.
It's a Red Rover match.
Chain, chain, chain. Chain
Yep.
of fools.
I have plans.
I mean, I'm
I
down.
thought you
Why
were gonna
not?
make it like a street match or something, but no, it's a handcuff.
Well, I mean,
match.
no, even better. It also will take place in an alleyway.
I'm just gonna say handcuff street match. Why not?
There you go.
I'll let you have
Chain
it.
link.
Handcuff
link.
street
Yeah,
match.
There's a chain link joke in there.
Only on All Nerds Here. Tune in every Sunday.
Every Sunday for
Every Sunday, yep.
handcuff chain link matches. Who knows what will happen next? All right.
Somewhere the Over Undertaker is talking to After Dark and is just holding up a pair of handcuffs going, "We're doing what?"
Don't worry, you'll be safe.
Oh, I'll be quite secure, apparently. Ew, not my style, super freak. What? What? You should be paying me for this.
Well, would you like to be the first in the punching ring?
No, I don't want to get punched at all. That's the whole point. I'm not supposed to get punched. I don't want this stupid belt. The whole point is to give it to somebody else and make a lot of money doing it. Preferably through gambling. You get
What
that,
if-
right? Are
What
you from
if-
this planet? She starts shaking her head. Are you from this planet?
Does not compute.
Ugh.
We cut back to Phoenix and the vessel,
Oh,
who have
God.
just watched all of this.
You see how things have changed in your absence?
Are you sure this is the present? Are you sure you didn't overshoot?
No, this is the present, the future.
Like,
It's different.
I want a newspaper. I need a newspaper. I go to a newspaper stand. It's like my hands keep passing through it because again we're on a blue screen. Son of a! I don't like being incorporeal.
The
Okay,
ghost does not mind it.
The ghost is a super freak. Listen, okay,
am I.
so you're super freaky.
Shipping that. Shipping that.
Rick
All
James like perks up on a street corner, like,
What?
I hear music.
We're a very weird wrestling promotion, the kind you don't bring home to mother. Okay, well, listen, it's weird and a bummer that Ron has got his collective panties into an extremely tight wad, and hey, I feel a little bit bad about that, but only so bad because sometimes you reap what you sow, and hey, I guess I can't say Karma's a bitch. Wow, that'd be really rude. Well, Karma's still a bitch, and as for the rest of these absolute psychopaths, that's wrestling. Welcome to it. It's a madhouse. A madhouse. So, if you're done kidnapping me now, I'd like to be able to, like, touch things again. This is really disconcerting for me, and I think I'm starting to have an existential crisis as a result of it.
We are now going to go to the ring.
Oh, for
And we're
God's
going
sake.
to watch Ronald's match.
Okay.
And then
Uh-huh.
I will take you to Wrestling Future, where you can see where all this will lead.
I try to poke the vessel to see if I can touch them.
You can touch the vessel.
I can touch you. You know I'm
And
professional.
I can touch the newspaper, and he picks up.
That's my new favorite thing ever. Yeah.
Phoenix like reels back to punch them and just like, need you to get back to the material plane.
Soon.
And then we go back. Then I think we go out to the ring. Behind the announcer desk are Betty Templeton and Johnny Wong.
It's good to be back, Benny.
With each passing day, I'm starting to wonder if that is actually the case. Things have gotten very strange around here, Johnny, but welcome! Welcome once again. It's another beautiful Saturday afternoon here in that
It's
city
also
that's outside
Sunday.
Portland. It's also don't let me smoke in here, Johnny. You know what? Forget
Welcome
it. I
back,
give up.
fans.
Johnny, you do the introduction, Johnny. I need to lay down.
Welcome back, fans, to another thrilling, exciting match on PWN Live in Vancouver, Washington, where we will have our first match being having the wonderful
It's Karma!
the former Golden One, Ron Sterling, versus the ever so charming the Karma.
Yes!
The ring announcer is going to take over now. Our first match of the night is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, being accompanied by the incredible weight of his massive failure,
Oh!
hailing from the Golden Isles,
Holy shit!
Ron
Boom
Sterling.
shakalaka.
Even the announcer has to throw in some shade.
Fox screaming from the other room like the fucking It's Pikachu video.
Ron comes out, and he's in a "You Can't Be Me" shirt that's very wrinkly, and he's wearing black wrestling pants and his normal boots, and he's not playing up to the music or anything.
Aw.
He's just walking with his head hanging down out to the ring, kind of slow. He crawls up in the ring and kind of leans against the rope, and just looks disinterested.
Ron Sterling, not coming to the ring with his usual vim and vigor. I really feel like you would think he'd be more light on his feet without all that gold weighing him down. But in fact, heavy is the head that does not wear the crown.
Indeed, and it seems that the weight of the lost title belts have now shown their absolute destruction on his poor frame.
He's kind of a brick though, so you know.
Yes.
And introducing next, hailing from Portland, Oregon, weighing in at 146 pounds, being accompanied to the ring by the Muppets, Karma!
And we all remember that's like Karma and the bright lights, and she comes out and she's all bouncy, and she's surrounded by the puppets, and they're all dancing.
I'm actually way into this music, I'm not gonna lie.
I did too. I found it. I was like,
It's
yeah.
so good.
It's kind of my shit.
And she just bounces, and she's so happy, and she's like hugging people on the way down.
Well, Benny, I will have to say that I've always enjoyed this new song from one of our new contenders. Very uplifting and charming.
Yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, Johnny.
I am, which is why I placed a bet with the over Undertaker recently.
You did what now?
Oh god.
Wait, what odds did she give you and for whom?
I think it's for 15 to 1 now.
Oh god, Johnny, no. Johnny, where do you keep getting the money?
Oh, that's from the fourth mortgage.
You can't take out 4 mortgages on a house. You can't do it.
We should probably go now live to the ring. Somebody, please, for God's sake, ring the bell.
Okay, so Karma
God.
gets into this onto
God.
the ring, and she's like, I think she gives a big hug to Belmo, and she's like, hug Belmo. Can you go announce? I think we need some happiness for Ron.
Okay, Belmont will do his best to bring sunshine and sunny days to Ron Sterling,
Great.
but legally distinct from other such forms of happiness.
Great. And then she's going to walk over to Ron and be like, come on, man. This is like a great day. We're gonna wrestle.
Whatever, kid.
Man, you gotta pull yourself together. And she's gonna shake him. And I think that's when the bell rings.
Unusual start to the match. Oh, and we have a special guest joining us today at the announcer table as the bell begins to ring. It is Belmo himself. How you doing, Belmo?
Yes, hello, it is Belmont here once again. Happy to be here. Always a great day in Vancouver to announce some fantastic wrestling action. Today, Karma asked me to be here, so that's why I'm here.
That makes a lot of sense, Belmo. I'm happy to have someone here, both with the pulse and who isn't trying to fucking murder me. So,
Yeah, it's
Let's-
much your language. It's very nice to be here. Phoenix is not here because sometimes she gets very mad at me, and Belmo just doesn't want to be in the way. Belmo feels like sometimes he throws off her vibe.
well, she's got a very specific energy. Speaking of strange energy, going now live to the ring, Ron, just his heart not in it as the match begins.
So Karma's just shaking Ron. Like, pull yourself together, man. Don't you do this for wrestling? That's what we're here for. And she's like exasperately trying to get him excited about it.
Ron is gonna push Karma back and go, "Wrestling's dead. These
like-
people killed it. All of them. It's dead."
Is that your cheap heat?
Yeah.
Okay, I assumed. I assume that's your cheap heat. Take your cheap heat.
Benny, am I to be understanding that pep talks are usually done before the match?
You know, once upon a time, there were rules, there were standards, there were ways of doing things. Around here, at PWN, we have no use for that kind of garbage.
Yes, gentlemen, it appears as though Karma is attempting to bring Ron out of his funk, but he's not having it. In fact, he shocks the entire gathered audience into insulting them. How dare he?
Belmo, I'm
How
not
the
quite...
mighty have fallen.
You know, it's the thing about your heroes, Belmo, is they're just human at the end of the day. You know, it's like we get into these situations, these relationships with people we admire, and we think very highly of them, and we start to build this kind of relationship. See, I've been reading this book about parasocial relationships. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah. Karma is just gonna like go to Ron and go, fine, but I'm gonna remind you that we don't do it for them, we do it for us. And she's just gonna come at Ron. And she's gonna go belly to belly with Ron, grab him, and just flip him over her back.
Here she comes,
And they
Karma
both go
charging in,
falling backwards onto the mat.
going back to back and belly to belly. It looks like it's going to be a zombie jamboree in the ring.
Absolutely right, Belmo.
Nobody else knows that song, just Belmo.
You know,
Belmo had a weird childhood.
That's the thing, Belmo. My second wife, like, maybe, she was into that kind of thing.
And then she's gonna get up and just do an elbow drop right in the middle of Ron's chest. Get up.
Ron
He's gonna-
will
okay.
slowly like start to pull himself up.
She'll stand up, do another elbow drop. You're better than that. Get up.
At this moment, via blue screen technology, the Vessel and Phoenix appear next to the ring, but are not actually next to the ring. So people in like the live audience see them up on like the big screen, like
Next to the ring?
being superimposed next to the ring, but they're very clearly on like some secondary set.
Are we on the television?
Yes, and now you will see your friend Ron Sterling complete his fall
You
out
keep
of
s-
grace.
You keep saying the F word. Hi, Ron.
And then as she'll just go up and go. She's gonna get up on the ropes and just go for a flying arm drop onto her Ron. Get up! And she's gonna hand the control to Ron.
Ron slowly picks himself up. He's moving like somebody that's been drinking for 24 hours straight. And he goes to swing a punch at Karma and completely misses and kind of falls into the ropes with his momentum. Bounces off and Karma hits him with a super easy trip and he falls over back on the mat.
Match is heating up as Karma delivers an incredible elbow drop, but Ron is he sandbagging? No, he's getting up. He looks really sad and angry.
I don't know if this is heating up. I feel like I've seen gazpacho that's hotter than this.
Are you gonna roll wrestle? I'm
Yes.
assuming.
It's a kind of soup, Belmo.
Roll that wrestle.
Honestly,
that's a
I
good line.
prefer
I don't want to see it lost in the shuffle.
I got a 14.
Take that momentum. You're still in control.
So he's on the ground, and he kind of rolls and picks himself up using the ropes to stand up. And he like goes and he wipes like booze sweat off of his forehead. You want to see wrestling? I'll show you wrestling. And he runs and is going to do a drop kick to the side of Karma's knee. And I am gonna roll real.
Oh, you're gonna work real stiff?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Belmo once looked up to Ron, but seeing him this way, it's just sad.
The only reason you look up to Ron Sterling, Belmo, is because you're very short.
That's true. I look up to you then, I guess, too.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Oh, look at that! He's kicking! He's
he's going
really
for
hard!
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Ron Sterling going in with an incredible dive kick. Dive kick?
Jesus, I am fucking tired off my game tonight.
Drop kick. I've been drinking a lot, Belmo. It's just I've got a lot going on in my life right now.
And,
My mom's
Johnny
back in
just
town.
starts
It's a whole thing.
And Johnny starts patting Benny on the shoulder. There.
Thank you,
Holy
Johnny.
smokes! Johnny, honestly, I forgot you were there.
It's okay, Belmo. It is perfectly fine, Belmo. Most people forget I'm alive or even present.
That's sad. Let's unpack that after the match.
There's a lot going on here tonight.
Oh, what'd
You
you,
can
roll?
even smell the blood alcohol content level from those sweats.
Ron got an 8, and I'm gonna give 1 injury to Karma.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you just go after Karma and just catch her right on the knee. And as she goes down, everyone can tell that she is hurt. Like her knee just buckles out from under her and she goes down and makes a large gasp of pain. And she looks up at Ron and she kind of gets a tear in her eye.
I think at this point, the Undertaker crawls out from underneath the ring. There's no crying in wrestling. What is this? You people are pathetic. How am I supposed to how am I supposed to place bets? That's it. When you won't even give these people the display they're looking for. Kill each other already. Uh-oh.
Oh, and Ron starts climbing out of the ring to go after the Undertaker.
I actually have a move here.
Okay, what are you doing?
When you insert yourself into a tense situation, on or off camera, roll plus real. And then things happen.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
This is not the Ron Sterling that Belmont used to know and love. He's darker, scarier. He's become some kind of monster. But here comes the Undertaker crawling out from underneath the lip of the mat, and she has an agenda.
Well, I was gonna add or remove a stipulation to the match, but now Ron's chasing me, so I think I just gained 1 heat with Ron.
What did you roll? I
rolled a 7, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I rolled a 7.
Elmo learned recently there are more than 2 agendas.
Yes, we actually sell the agenda books at the PWN merch shop.
Oh,
As I'm assuming
The hell are you talking about?
The Undertaker just
It's part of our back to school merch section.
oh my god. Wow. Are you taking off? Was Ron chasing you?
I will happily hand over narrative control back to the people in the match. If you want to chase the Undertaker around the ring, out of the arena, if you want to beat the ever-loving crap out of her, go nuts. I wanted to roll that move. That's all. I'm not gonna lie, that was my whole motivation there.
I'll chase her up the ramp and out of the ring, but then return
Okay.
before I get counted out.
Okay. You chase her
is-
out and then you turn as the ref is counting. Okay.
It is profoundly undignified. It's just a lot of
Karma is kind of
You
just still
suck!
sitting in the middle of the ring, and as you come back, she slowly gets herself to her feet. As you get back in the ring, and she's hobbling, and she just looks at you and says, "What happened to you?"
Karma not looking good in the ring. Jerry, is this a thing? Do we need to call this?
I told
Benny
you not to
starts
wrestle
talking to
your.
someone.
I told you not to wrestle your heroes. That you'd be disappointed.
As she looks at, she says, she hobbles up to him, and she says, "You're better than this. Be better." And then she just leaves, and hobbles out.
Folks,
Karma is now just leaving the ring.
yeah, I think she's really hurt. We're gonna go to a commercial here, folks, while we take care of some stuff here. But be sure to stay
But
tuned.
there's music.
I'm
What
really
the hell?
kicked the foam out of her. That was very mean. Hold me, Johnny.
As Ron just,
I hear
Old
music.
Belmo.
as Ron stands in the middle of the ring.
It's okay. Pat, 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 pat.
But here comes Alistair.
It's Mr. McCormick. Belmo.
No, Belmo's on a first name basis. Is contractual.
It is contractual.
But he's scary.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Belmo. It's okay.
And out comes Alistair doing his walk. Like Smurf does it the best. Yeah. Smurf does it the best. Out to the edge of the ring. Grabs a mic and he says, "Oh, how the mighty have fallen. I thought you were the PWN, Ron."
I was the PWN. That's because you put me there. I watched and I took everything that was handed to me. I wanted to be great. Being great is not just championships. It's performing here night after night after night. Hard. Trying to put on a good show. But I realize that a good show can't happen here. Not within this ring, within this arena. I was blinded by my aspiration. Phoenix was right all along. And he's legitimately like slurring his speech a little bit. This place could never be great with you.
Oh.
Bold words from Ron
really?
Stearling.
Really, Ron? How about this? I think this place is just great. And especially without you. But I'll give you a chance to prove me wrong. Next week, you fight. A match of my choosing. You win, you and I will fight. I win, you're fired.
If I win, you fight Phoenix like you were too chicken to do the first time.
Up with the jumbotron, if he's just like.
That
What?
Fine.
And there you have it.
That is one hell of a gauntlet that just got thrown down. Unbelievable. Ron Stearling.
Declarations have been made.
has lost his smile but gained his spine.
Get out of my ring, loser.
Move me, loser.
Starting to sound like that space robot.
Ron in the worst possible position, but still got a mouth on him.
Indeed.
He's a sassy guy.
I think from the back, oh, I've got this on here somewhere. Where are you?
You can feel the tension in the air as the round begins.
Oh my god.
Outcome
Oh,
family
no.
values.
I hear music.
But that is the sound of the family values.
Never has terrifying, backwards thinking people had such chipper music.
Yes.
As
here
Alistair
comes-
just stands there, out come running the governor and Vince King, and they just start wailing on Ron.
The governor and Vince King, enforcers for Mr. McCormick, here to arrive and enforce his rule. But oh my God, they're beating Ron up and they're pounding him into the dirt. Holy, Belmo can't
That
watch
is-
this.
Belmo, don't
This
look
is
at this. Don't
political
look.
brutality.
Belmo, don't look, Belmo.
Don't.
This is not wrestling. You know, in 30 years of this business, 40 years of this business, I forget. However many years I've been in this business, this is not wrestling right here. This is just bullying. This is unbelievable. I know he's our boss. We should pay him his due respect, but this is unbelievable behavior on the part of the company right now.
And they
Music is going, just beating the
I
shit
know.
out of Ron.
Exactly, that's the best. They pull Ron out of the ring to the edge, and Alistair just walks up to him and says, like I said, get out of my ring, loser. And does his walk away. As the family values drag Ron out of the arena behind them.
I need a cigarette.
Yeah, Belmo too.
Belmo, don't smoke. It's terrible for you.
It is.
Well, now it is time for Wrestling Future. Come now.
What? No, you can't be serious. No, please. Oh, come on.
Literally my favorite thing ever. All right. And then we go to backstage, and it's yeah.
We gotta get you a towel,
Sweaty in
buddy.
there.
Do you sweat your hand?
No, you.
No, I know.
All
Down. I'm just saying we gotta get you like a towel
new
for like.
sci-fi like sweat wicking technology
Yeah.
on the gloves and the new friends.
Oh man. I think we go back to the cook, who's surrounded by wedding prep.
Yep.
I have no idea what you're shilling because I never know what you're shilling.
Okay, so as he's going through the wedding plans, he looks up. You know, as much as I am planning my big day and possibly my biggest day, that doesn't mean that I cannot be culinarily prepared and also still have the top tools for doing my wonderful thing of cooking. And so today, I want to happily announce that I will be having an additional discount on the Cook's Own Cook Style Family Chef Book, which is the brand new book for your family at home, but also thanks to our wonderful friends, our Buppet friends. Don't forget, for the little ones, you can definitely have the Cook's Own Buppet Chef's Cookbook, full of tantalizing recipes for all ages.
Chef's own Buffett Chef's Cookbook. I always forget about that.
And don't forget that for every purchase of the Cook's Own legendary cast irons pans, proceeds go to help children in need, because no child should go hungry.
When did you become so good? Ugh. Oh, that's the way it ends. So, ugh.
I just love it. Yeah.
Ugh. No, it's fine. Oh, do you have something?
Potentially. I have I'm trying to think of where I want to put it. But I have a thought for what the Undertaker's up to after the nonsense in the ring there.
Yeah, go for it.
I think she's like down in the parking garage, talking to someone cloaked in shadow behind like a pillar in the parking garage, and she's just kind of very puffed up and full of herself. Well, their champions utterly toppled, their internal order in complete disarray. I'd give PWN another 2 weeks tops. This whole terrible temple is coming crashing down around Alistair McCormick III's tiny little head. It'd be so sad if it wasn't so profitable.
And you get that like weird metallic voice that you'd always get like from.
Would you like to play a game?
Yeah, like that.
It's that witness protection
Yeah,
voice.
Good. And like, you could just get handed some money from outside of the shadow.
Thank you very much. A pleasure, as always. Clop, clop, clop. Back up into the up the stairs.
I think we go to the locker room where Ghost is in their ghillie suit, but changing out of that one to a full-on outfit that's just all black with a black hood. But you don't ever see any hint of their skin the entire time. So somehow they're changing, but you can't tell that they're a human being in there. It's just, all of a sudden they're in a full-on black outfit.
They're secretly just an animated pile of clothes, y'all.
Who knows, maybe. And they're just like sneaking around the lockers.
Just sneaking around. I think After Dark is going to be somewhere nearby, lurking, just kind of trying to find Ghost, or at least keep an eye on Ghost.
Yeah, you don't see them, and all of a sudden they're like, boo! And they're right behind you.
Fascinating.
You are really boring.
Loser.
Evidently.
Ron is going to enter, and he's got his ribs all bandaged up. Just the two I was looking for. How much is she paying you?
Enough.
You're a business person. What's the number?
A lot.
I think Ghost is gonna like do some mumbo jumbo around After Dark and like pull out a slip of paper and hand it to Ron.
I can beat this number. And I'll pay you. I need you to drop the titles tonight. Or maybe next week. But soon. I don't know who she is or where she came from. Or why she's here. But I can tell that she's going to get in the way of my plans.
If you pay, I will do.
What just happened?
I don't even know. I gave up trying to figure that out.
If you pay, I will do.
I will do. I'm a Cyberman.
We have a deal.
What do you want from me, Ron?
Well, you're one of the last bona fide wrestlers here.
Not that anybody seems to remember.
I remember. If the War Master tries anything in your match later,
He will.
I'll be there. This new breed, they've got to go. They're going to tear down everything that we built.
Are you saying this in front of After Dark? I freaking love it.
Yep.
Well, and After Dark's just gonna stand there completely, like just not even saying anything.
Motionless.
Yep,
Completely motionless.
Yep, perfectly still.
Huh. I like the way you think. They talk a lot.
If they
After Dark's
do.
still remaining completely.
I'm in.
Good. We'll take this place back soon enough.
Yeah.
And then Ron is going to pull out a envelope and stuff it into the chest of After Dark, and then is going to walk away.
I like it.
Where's War Master at the moment?
Probably preparing in his own special way.
Is that rolling dice? This is my one question.
I mean, I feel like it has to be. This is the
Does it
whole thing,
involve
right?
3d6s and rolling in a straight line through six times?
I think we go to somewhere in the locker room, like one of the side rooms that has a card table set up, a 4x4, a 3x3 square folding table. There's foam core board on top of it that is dusted with flock and rivers. There are a variety of figures in square bases, about 28 millimeter scale, scattered around, that are as close approximations as one could get to each of the various wrestlers in the promotion. So there's like a big muscly orc with 2 frying pans over here. There's a like firebird woman with like throwing her arms up like this. There's just a big muscly guy just painted all gold. And such, and War Master is like pressed his hands against the table like a general in a classic Roman historical quote, huge heavy air
Historical.
right, film, and like scratching his chin through the helmet, like pushing pieces around. Like, but if Ghost attacks from the western flank, then I will have to reallocate my forces this way. He presses several small goblins off in a corner.
I think like as War Master is like hunched over this. Is War Master himself rolling dice, or they're just dice around?
There are dice. I think he's like stroking his chin with one hand and then like rolling a fistful of d6s in the other, like back and forth in the palm of his hand.
And I think as he's like kind of like crouching, like moving his little goblins, and he goes back to reassess, just like a pair of like the classic white with black pips, like 2d6 comes rolling onto the table. Oh, boxcars. Well, now that's a good sign. War Masters, sweetheart, we didn't really get a chance to talk earlier. And she starts like looking over her shoulder very suddenly, like, okay, yeah. This room is secure, right?
Of course, the Fortress of Solitude is impenetrable by all forces of mortal attack.
Okay, but I got in here, so never mind.
We are still working out the details.
So, you know your little upcoming match tonight with ghost, and she kind of like very lazily puts her finger on top of a like rogue dressed like all in gray with like a big mottled, you know, ghillie suit looking cape, just kind of like rocking it back and forth with her finger.
Yes, I admit to having a passing interest in the words in which you speak, although, marshal your words carefully, for your silver tongue may cause problems for you further down the line.
Oh, no. I come here as a friend, just to just let you understand the sort of person you're dealing with. This sort of no good. What was it? What that wonderful word you used? You know, sneaky and duplicitous. Yes, you know, those kinds of things. So listen, I was just thinking, you know, since they fight without any semblance of honor whatsoever, it would be a real shame if some, and I just knocked the piece over, serious harm came to them. You know, just a minor debilitating injury that might, and I kind of like slowly slide the piece off the edge of the table, take them out of the picture for a little while.
War Master hefts up a thick and large tome, and he cracks it open. Well, though I am loath to employ additional assistance from beyond, the rules clearly state that hirelings are available for a reasonable price of several gold pieces per day.
Yes. I'm really more just thinking, you know, you don't have to hold back, you know. If you think about it, this is a very honorable organization, and we really don't want that kind of rabble dishonoring the promotion or whatever. So if you could just break their legs, sweetie.
Yes. Breaking legs.
It would really
Sunder
be
action is one that I am quite proficient in.
excellent, you know. And you're such a big, strong hero. She's just kind of like awkwardly like touches a bicep, like meh. It'd be really, you know, it could build your legend. Think about it. You could be the man who killed the ghost. Huh? I mean, don't actually kill them. Like, let's not get arrested here. But, you know, accidents happen, as we saw in that first match tonight.
Well, that they do. It is known that random occurrences are prone to happen on the field of combat and all manner of things. I have a table for consulting such here, that I will roll on momentarily.
You talking about, yeah, this... She just, like, looks down at the table, completely confused. Well, I see you like rolling
I see
dice.
as your point, yes. I shall undertake your words, trained in deception though you may be, but I trust that you have the interests of the success of all true powerful warriors at heart here.
Of course. Why else would I be in professional wrestling? I only want us to, you know, if anything were to happen to this place, why, I'd be out of a job. So really, I just need you to protect all of this. Thank you so much. Bye. She's just like, she comes out of the room.
As she goes out of the room, and she like, she hears a noise, and a dart hits her on the side of the neck. Thank you for playing along with that. Love you.
You darted my character.
No.
I did dart your character because it was fun and funny. We do move to it's not gonna be the ring, it's gonna be the parking garage, but the announcers are still in the ring. So just make the parking garage, but the announcers are still in the ring.
I want to do a gag before we do that.
Oh yeah, do the gag. What's the gag?
The last thing we see in that scene
Okay.
is War Master just like flipping to a page and goes, yes. How best to do it? The critical injury table, yes. And he throws dice. And we see the result, but we don't know what the thing is. Very
it
good.
hurts.
And he taps it, and then he closes the book. Then we go to the ring.
Oh god, it hurts so much.
I
It
love
hurts
it
so much.
So much.
I'm very happy right now. I've gotten
love
exactly
it
what I wanted.
So much. So much. Okay. Cause yeah, The stipulation was this was. Oh no, this is not the. This is in the ring. This is the. I have to remember where we are. This is in the ring. This is the terrain match.
Yes.
What does the ring look like with your difficult terrain match? Oh, War Master.
So we've pushed in a variety of various objects, potted plants, of course, very tall ones. So like we have budget, but we don't have that good of a budget. So it looks like the set of the Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
Is there like a kiddie pool with green water and lily pads in it? But it's still very obviously a kiddie pool with like duckies on it.
Yep. There's a.
They're frogs. Okay, they're frogs.
Oh, excuse me, frogs.
Yeah.
Instead of a golden monkey, it's a golden goose.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a few walls that have been put up that are. Just
I do like that it's a ripoff
PVA
of Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of fake moss. There's a lot
the
of
mini
fake
slide is
stoneware.
totally there. It's all
Yep,
like totally a ripoff, with everything just changed enough.
Just enough, right?
Just enough that it's not. That's not too bad.
There's just like a muslin tarp and some moss draped over the
exactly.
the turnbuckle and the ropes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good. All right, and behind the announce table are Benny and Rory.
Benny, have you ever seen anything like this?
You know, at this point, I've kind of just started to let it wash over me. You know, like, cause I've been in this business a long time. Seen some really crazy shit. Watched a goose wrestle a horse once. Hell of a thing. You know, put up a good fight. Gotta be honest with you. 12 rounds. Even. Oof. But this, what am I looking at over here? We're going to some kind of a clandestine, subterranean dungeon situation where this is some real. What is this? Orthanc? What is happening?
I've heard it called a difficult terrain match, and I don't know what that means, aside from what we're seeing here before. I don't know if there's any additional rule stipulations or anything.
Oh, it was a last minute change, like so many are around here, and we were not properly informed. So, ladies and gentlemen, and all points in between and beyond, we are just as confused and frightened as you are, I'm afraid. It'll be a learning experience for everyone involved. We're learning something, and Belmo's not even here. It's incredible.
Buppets are not mandatory for learning, but they do help.
They help, Rory. They really help. I've had a few kids. You know, it's...
How many kids have you had?
Oh, God.
The announcer.
Do the stepchildren count?
I want to fight Poppy right now.
Yeah.
I think it's a good time.
Our next match is scheduled for one fall, I believe. I think.
I think so.
Yes.
Probably.
Introducing first from Minot, North Dakota, weighing in at 155
Minnow?
pounds.
It's Minot.
I don't know. It's
Rory,
French.
it's Minot.
Minot, North Dakota, weighing in at 155 pounds. Ghost.
Not to correct you, it's just that I've got, you know, my aunt's from Minot.
You know, Betty, it's actually a weird thing you mentioned this, but me and the ring announcer are different people.
They're twins, though.
What? They all sound the same to me.
Twin brothers. Anyway, so the whole arena goes dark, and music just swells. Fog actually fills up the weird, difficult terrain set. And then a spotlight shines right on top of whatever the temple thing was. It was like the face temple thing.
Like dais, kind of.
Yeah.
Olmec?
Well, we can't say that because it's not that.
Bolmec?
Toltec.
Toltec. On top
The
of
other
Toltec.
one of the other tribes
Yeah.
that we can just slap a.
Oh man, it
top
just
of.
makes me so mad. Anyway, but like, just and Ghost is just sitting up there, like in a full black suit, sleek, and a mask, very sleek, kind of Zorro-esque, and surveying the entire crowd.
Roy, I hear music, but I feel terror.
I'm excited. The ghost excites me. It brings something out, like, inside. I don't know.
You should really talk to somebody about that. You know, maybe you've learned a lot about yourself today. Life is a journey of self-discovery, Roy. I've got this book. It's incredible. It's gonna change your life.
And introducing next, hailing from the field of battle, weighing in at 300 pounds, War Master.
It's incredible. He sounds just like you.
I don't know how you're getting there.
Oh, I hear music.
So coming out of the fog on the other side is War Master, who is still wearing the same battle regalia. Of course, he is not using camouflage or anything because that's the cowardly way. But he is carrying this massive machete that he is using to hack through like a bunch of plants that were draped over the entrance that he's coming out of. So he slices through, just flings the machete off in the back, and strides forward. He gets up onto the ring, pulls himself in, looks around, scoops up one of the little rocks that's there, like the foam rocks, and he like gestures at Ghost, and then he just crushes the rock in his hand and lets the dust like collapse.
An incredible, ever-impressive display of power from the 300-pound wall of a man that is the unstoppable War Master. Roy, we're announcing. Jesus.
I'm sorry, the ghost just took me back, and the War Master is a big hunk of meat. He's a large man.
Extremely.
Just the largest man.
Very large man. The only man I know that's larger than War Master was actually two men at once.
And the bull, statistically speaking.
Donnie the Double, they called him. He was two men. It was a hell of a gimmick.
I think the bell rings, and
Someone in Santa Fe.
from the top of the of what we call it, Toltec or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Ancient idol.
Yeah. Ghost just stands up, does a 360 corkscrew, and just goes straight into a dive on top of War Master, dropping them on top of whatever is there. I'm sure it's not very comfortable, but mostly it's foam. So
It's probably like a rock.
Yeah.
one of those, like,
Polystyrene boulder.
yeah.
And just smashes the boulder out,
Crunch.
and then I'll hand control to you.
So War Master's there, like, taking a breather in the rock. It's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. Gets up. I think he's, like, doing the, like, I'm going to lock up with you kind of, like, pose. Kind of stalking a little bit as Ghost, like, does the, like, I'm disappearing now into the foliage. And so he's like, where'd you go? And like Ghost kind of is like flitting around the ring, like, I'm gonna hide behind this plant, I'm gonna hide behind this bush, I'm gonna hide behind this wall. War Master's like, yes, screw it, and he smashes one of the walls, and then like rips part of the foliage aside. So he's like taking away the places for Ghost to hide in the immediate vicinity. And then finally like finds Ghost behind one of those features, like rips one of the rock features like in half, just with his hands. And there's Ghost. And that's where he just like picks Ghost up and just slams them backwards. Just like, boom, we're doing the over shoulder thing.
Yeah, I think we'll wrestle.
Ghost
Yeah.
getting evasive out there, but War Master here to bend bars and lift gates on his path of destruction.
I feel like that is some body because we're just like
Sure.
powering through it.
Yeah. Only some
And
bodies.
there's the lift and the slam. That's an 11, baby.
All right.
The crowd pops as I nail that spot. I retain control of the match and I take +1 momentum. So I'm going to use 2 of that momentum because I started with 1. Using my signature gimmick thing gives me an extra 1 at the start of the match. So I'm going to spend 2 of it to gain a heat with Ghost.
Perfect.
So like as he's got the slam, he scoops Ghost up and hoists Ghost above like this. Like, you cannot hide forever, Ghost. I have told you I am the master of all forms of combat and terrain. No matter where you hide, I shall find you. Do not roll your eyes at me. And he flings Ghost backwards into the ropes. Ghost comes running towards him. And instead of doing any like wrestling, he just sucker punches Ghost in the gut as the Ghost is coming forward. Like, ha ha!
You know what?
Knockdown attack!
I wouldn't think War Master would have such clear vision in the ring, but definitely he has got true seeing.
Yeah, he's looking past all of these obstacles and very easily able to find the usually hard to spot Ghost.
I think probably this is a work. Maybe it's
Yeah, it's not really power actually.
Yeah, it's more
so
like-
it's my work again. It's -1. Okay, so I'm gonna change that die roll. I had a 2 and a 5, which would bring it down to a 6
okay.
minus the 1, which I'm cool with.
Okay.
I like it. So on a botch, I botch the spot. Your opponent describes how they counter you or saves you from disaster and takes control of the match, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So like
I
Ghost
think,
is flying backwards and running forward, and he goes like, "Ha ha!"
I think Ghost goes for it, sells it real big, and just like kind of goes flying up into the air.
Mhm.
But they manage to do kind of like a backward somersault in the air and land on the rope. And they start walking along the ropes,
Oh, that's good.
just like
yeah.
bouncing along the ropes. And they just, as they do that, they're bouncing along the ropes, and they go in and they're kind of like looking for that perfect. So they're like, War Master's just watching, trying to figure out what to do as they bounce all the way around the ring on the ropes, and then they're like,
That's impossible. The difficulty class to maneuver in such a manner is too high for, regardless of your skill at acrobatics.
They're gonna like jump on the top rope. They're going to jump down, bounce off of the middle rope, come at War Master, and do a DDT. So straight off that middle rope, just
Maybe.
down into the mat. I think hit it pretty good. They're going to kind of handstand on War Master's chest, flip backwards and push off back onto the ropes. And they're going to like kind of showboat a little bit, and I'll hand back control.
You know, I think the only thing Ghost is afraid of is touching the ground.
That was one of the most athletic things I've ever seen. Essentially bouncing on the top rope and then into a springboard DDT. That was incredible.
Not since Cirque du Soleil. Let me tell you, woof.
I'm going to get some cheap heat by
Ooh, I like it.
while Ghost is like showboating. War Master whips around and says, "Do not cheer for this, cretin! Trying to convince you that simply aerodynamics and fancy footwork is the true mark of a warrior. You fools in Vancouver wouldn't know true power if it hit you in the face, which is what I'm about to do to them."
You suck.
Big words from a big man.
And he jabs a finger at the audience. "You watch this!" So I'm going to gain a heat by
Yep.
spending that 2 momentum again.
Love it.
As he's like ranting, grabs Ghost, like picks them up. Ghost is like kicking him in the chest as he's like just slowly walking through the ring. So he's like taking the hits, like negligible. In this form, I have resistance to bludgeoning damage. And he shoves Ghost into the kiddie pool.
that seems like a heat. That seems like a heat roll right there.
Because we have to make this work.
Yeah.
It has to look good for both
Yeah,
of
that
us.
has to look good. Yeah.
I've always said, you put a kiddie pool in the ring, you gotta use it, Roy. I've always said that. You know I've always said that.
I've heard you say it at least once.
Exactly.
That's a 4.
Oh.
Snake Eyes.
I think. Oh, you
I
can.
kind of want to put over,
Then do
actually.
it.
Just as the match is heating up, War Master looking to cool down Ghost's head. You know, they're a little too fiery, so it's down into the drink. I don't know if this is safe or sanctioned. I don't know if they can breathe in there.
Well, like we said earlier, we don't know the rules of a difficult terrain match.
That's true. Drowning may be on the table, Rory. Let's watch.
So I'm gonna hand control to Ghost again and take the momentum. So like I think we sell it pretty well. Of like,
Yeah.
haha, and he's like gloating.
He's good. I think it's really
See
perfect.
your champion fallen before you, and then like Ghost kicks me, like sends me flying back.
I like this. I think the best way with handing the control off, you get Ghost's head into the pool. You're getting them like put it in. You're like ha 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 ha. Ghost kind of gets their foot up and kicks you in the back of the head, knocking War Master into the pool and pulling themselves out of it.
Awesome.
And then the side is like gets you kind of like you're kind of like face down in the pool right now. Ghost will get up on the rope, is going to go in for a 360 frog splash, lands it, flips you over, gets back up on the top rope, and it's going to go in for their finisher. They're booked to win.
Okay. Can I spend a momentum to interrupt, not to change the winning, not to change
Yeah.
the outcome, but to interrupt as they go, maybe before they hit the finisher.
Yeah.
Like after the frog splash.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and do the thing that the Over Undertaker was like, hey, no, what if you did this?
Who is currently backstage going,
After the frog splash lands, I think they wrestle for a bit. They like grapple. There's like that classic like, I've pinned you. Flip. Now you're pinned.
Yeah.
Flip. Now you're pinned. Somewhere in there, War Master like flips around so that he's sitting on Ghost's back and grabs their leg and just like is yanking back, but like doing it really, really hard.
Okay,
like,
yeah, so hit that work real stiff.
Yeah. And my reel is a -2.
oh fuck, I should have saved
And I
it, put over.
had I spent the momentum that I had to do the interrupt, which is fine, and it's a 1.
Oh!
Which is I fucked up. I take an injury, and Creative makes a hard move, which is great.
Oh.
So like I'm going for this, and something bad happens.
I think you going for this, and the ref is coming in to break it up, but just Ghost is knee-jerk reacting to this, and just pops off and gets you in the shoulder with their knee, not on purpose, but on accident, and it just torques your shoulder out.
Yeah,
Just
it's
that
those
bit, so you
pauldrons are
take
up
that,
there
yeah.
and everything.
You just take an injury. So take that injury. And I have a hard move that you'll find out about later. Takes an injury to your shoulder. And then they pull out of it and they get up on the, as you're like kind of in pain, they pull out and they kind of like kick you a little bit because they're kind of disgusted with you. And then they get up on the ropes and they go in for a, they do a 240 in the air and then land on you with a double foot stomp.
Ooh.
Right in the middle of the chest, and then
Ooh.
in for the pin.
Oh.
And it's like that 1, 2, 3. I can get to the thing.
Just an absolute incredible finish to this match. War Master seemed like he had Ghost exactly where he wanted them, but and then they were scrambling, and then the ropes. I think War Master might be really hurt, actually.
It was a perfectly executed silent nightmare. Ghost really brought it to him.
Just incredible, just incredible. You know, the bigger they are, Rory, the more it hurts when you see them get their shoulder dislocated.
And I think
I've always said that.
I think as Ghost looks down at you, says, "You have no honor." Kind of spits and then walks out.
Ghost walks away. War Master stands, still holding the shoulder. Like, definitely some like blood packets have splattered somewhere because he's like all messed up. And he hulks there for a second. No honor. You say I have no honor? You're correct, Ghost. You've made the greatest mistake, and you will not live to see the ramifications. I, War Master, will show you just how without honor I can be. I call upon the dark gods, the chaos that lives in all of us, the four forces of pandemonium itself. I invoke the darkness, and I will turn to the ruinous powers to destroy you and all who oppose me.
And that, my friends, is where we're gonna go to break. We shall return in about five minutes, usually. Maybe a little bit more than that, but we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Don't forget to check out our awesome merch at sonerdwear.com.
It's right there.
On that thing.
It's on the overlay.
Rassle. Oh, it's also right. Oh, nice. Also use the code Rassle to get 10% off. Check that out. And don't forget, if you have some money, Black Lives Matter, and our awesome, the awesome campaign over at So Many Games with for the LGBTQ Freedom Fund. Get in there, get that going, do the thing, get some cool PWN stuff. All right, we'll see you after the break.
Oh,
Blah blah. Hi, we're back! Yay! Woo!
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Right. Anyway, so we open on time and space.
Oh,
I
God.
don't know.
The setting
Is the Staples Center.
Okay.
Present day. The vessel and Phoenix walk into a very noticeable World Wrestling Entertainment show.
Okay, wait a minute. When you say Staples Center present day, you mean like 2020?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. Present day.
I wonder
No
who's
weird
president.
pandemic. The president is a decent person, and there are civil rights for everybody. It's great.
This is the future, isn't it?
Timothy Normie is president. Weird.
Here you will see where wrestling will go. And the actions
Why
that
have
you
to-
take
Uh-huh.
will lead us to this path.
Okay, why aren't the cars flying?
That is a lie. Perpetrated by young adult films and cartoons.
No, I've seen Blade Runner though.
I believe
Phoenix
Blade
just looks-
Runner.
Phoenix looks very expectantly at the vessel, just like and a little crestfallen.
I apologize for Blade Runner's inaccuracies and how it has betrayed your trust for the future.
Man.
However, nothing will show your trust being betrayed more than seeing this wrestling show.
So much for Philip K. Dick, I guess. Alright. Show me the future of wrestling.
So we like poof inside of the building, and it is like two of the most bland wrestlers ever wrestling in the ring, and they get interrupted by a future version of War Master, who is now like 10 feet tall, and has exploded like muscles that are just ridiculous. He comes out and all kinds of magics fly out of his fingers as he explodes people in the ring.
You see, Alistair McCormick plans to sell off his share of the business to the one known as McMahon.
Okay, that's what we're calling him from now on.
Is McMahon some kind of like dark, like evil demon from the pits of hell that gives people laser eyeballs? Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yes, he is capable of such.
Because Ron lost the belt?
No, that is not why. But that is why.
Sweet Jesus, they're firing into the crowd!
McMahon will ruin all of our careers.
McMahon's gonna ruin the country! This is- call the police! This is not okay!
Young Teddy Squabble
Maybe not the police.
and Barry Big Rough are now
There
dead.
are no police in this alternate reality.
Oh, okay then.
We abolished that. We abolished that in 2018.
They've been defunded.
There's been a vast series of social programs that have replaced the police.
Okay, no, that's great that people can get, like, healthcare on the street. That man is shooting fireballs out of his fingers!
And now you will see why things must change.
Yeah, because it's the friggin' end of the world apocalypse over here. Tell me, Spirit, are these things that will be or that might be?
These are things that might be if you do not change course.
Okay. What would you have me do? Because I don't want the laser future. Well, I mean, not that kind of laser. Jesus Christ, he just burned a hole through the ring and... Wow. Okay, that's lava, the vessel.
The vessel.
Yes, in the year 2020, Los Angeles has been sold to hell.
So nothing's
think-
changed.
I think we're just gonna end that there. Cause yeah, that seems right. That seems good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the ring behind the announce table. Seated behind the announce table are Rory Cemetery and Larissa, who we haven't seen for a very long time. Hello, Rory. What's been going on here?
I was kind of hoping you could tell me.
I have no idea, because that was weird.
I think we have a match coming up, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I think it's Death and Rainbows against After Dark and the Over Undertaker. Two newly formed groups here in PWN. What do you think, Larissa? I know that you have some experience with some of these wrestlers from the Indies, yeah?
I've been working with After Dark and the Over Undertaker, although they seem to have taken it to the extremes once they've moved on from the Indies. So I'm interested to see where they go in their match tonight. I've heard that tonight it's a handcuff street match.
Yeah, from what I understand, they're going to handcuff the teams together, and then they're going to have a street match. It's a unique stipulation that, maybe Benny has seen before, but certainly something that I have not seen.
I've been around this business for a long time, Rory, and I can say that I have never seen anything quite like that. I am excited to see some action outside of the ring, though. I'm looking forward to that, so I think we should get this thing started. What do you think?
I think so. I think that's a good call.
Somewhere Benny is talking to the cook and goes, once on Long Island, but only once.
So we moved
the cook
to
hands you a grilled cheese sandwich.
Nah, those things, he waves it off with his cigarette hand. Those things will kill you.
So we have the announcers behind the announce table, like superimposed over the crowd, and then the parking garage, where our wrestlers are going to be entering. I guess it makes the most sense to me. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Meh.
Our next match is a handcuffed street fight. Introducing first, from Boyles Heights, California. She is the PWN PNW champion and the PWN AAA Mega champion, Death Blossom.
Death Blossom comes out with both belts over the shoulders, mimicking Ron in a way, but she's humble about it. She's just like, yep, I got these. And we're in the parking garage, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So she goes over to, there's like a van nearby that has the Death and Rainbows logo that's already been like airbrushed onto it.
Is this the unicorn head with the?
I think it's
flowing...
the unicorn skull with like the flowing rainbow mane.
Yes. Okay. I dig this.
And she opens the back and just gently slides both of the belts in there and slams them shut and just pats the back of the truck like, they'll be back for you later. She walks forward, takes that flower that she put in her hair at the top of the episode out, sniffs it, and then tucks it under one of the wipers of one of the cars nearby, and then just squares up against one of the columns, the concrete columns.
I like it.
And introducing her partner. Is it one or two partners?
Two.
And introducing her partners. First, weighing 130 pounds from New York, New York, Carmella Davis.
Well, they're together, the sorority
Oh,
sisters. So I've got the
Okay. And weighing in at 160 pounds from Los Angeles, Iconique, the Sorority Sisters.
They come out and they've got all black Letterman jackets on, like varsity jackets on, and on the back of it is this big patch with the death unicorn head and the rainbow mane. And they're wearing, instead of their bright stuff, they're wearing black tights and skirts, but they have like their pops of color in that, but it's mostly black. And they're like super excited, and they just come up and they like kind of bounce up to Death Blossom, but they're also like trying to look tough too.
And she like gives them the like one head nod.
Yeah, and they'll do it back.
But then she runs up and like they do high five. They
Yeah,
jump in
I
for
love
like
it.
the
I love it.
3-point high five.
And introducing next, hailing from New York, New York, weighing in at 150 pounds. They are one half of the tag team champions, After Dark.
So there's the image of motorcycle gloves gripping on the throttle, and the light turns on for the motorcycle, and the engine roars, and you just see After Dark on the motorcycle coming down from one of the ramps at a quick speed, and just riding down all the way to the parking garage, for the parking lot, and then does a couple of loops around the whole parking lot, and after a minute gets off the bike, parks it, and pulls out the chains from the motorcycle, and starts walking over.
And now introducing from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 130 pounds. They are the other half of the tag team champions, the Over Undertaker.
And she just like bursts out of the back of a van. And has her like a massive obnoxious coat on, and she just kind of stretches and slowly takes off, or slowly opens the coat to reveal she's wearing the giant tag team belt, and just drops the coat inside the van. It takes off the belt and tosses it very carelessly behind her into the van, closing the door with like her foot as she goes choomp behind her. And struts over to where After Dark is standing, and just kind of does this very like and reaches into her top and pulls out the handcuffs, hands them over to After Dark, and then just like holds out her wrists like at arm's length, just do it, let's just get this over with.
What handcuffs did you pull out? Are these normal, or are they?
They are.
Oh no, so they're gonna be like those, like, okay, they're the really longer handcuff links. So it's like the long ones that you usually see that goes like across, but now instead it's like 1-to-1, and there's ones linked up for everybody.
Okay, the thing is, in these kind of matches, only 2 people wrestle. So Death Blossom, who are you wrestling with from Death and Rainbows?
Or are all 3 of you chained together?
I was gonna say usually they're all chained like 2 and 2, but I was like thinking all of 3 to 2.
The thing with it is that in tag teams, because I might watch a bit of wrestling.
Right.
It's usually 2 people out of the tag team wrestle, and the other person is like the manager of the day.
Okay.
The New Day?
The New Day.
I want some.
I don't know what I'm talking about. They're one of my favorite.
Hey.
I love that you with the unicorn move, because I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I wrestled Carmella Davis last time.
Yeah.
So I want to bring in Iconique.
Iconique. Okay, she'll wrestle with you. Then the 2 of you will be handcuffed together, and Carmella will be on the outside, acting more in the manager role. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Looks like Death Blossom and Iconique are linking up tonight for this match, and After Dark and the Over Undertaker have already cuffed themselves together. Should be an interesting match. I've never seen anything like this.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna use my move now for reputation, since it's the first time that After Dark's appearing for the match. So
Okay.
let's see, and it's plus real. So let's find out.
Also, our cuff has a gold-plated chain, by the way.
Gold-plated chain, of course.
Oh yeah.
So I rolled a 10 total. So everyone's hurt. I think this is the first time that Carmilla and Iconic have actually interacted with After Dark, like in a more official capacity. So they've heard of me, and I get to pick 2. So I'm going to build up some more heat between everybody, and then I'm also going to. I already add the stipulation already, so I'm gonna also gain momentum equal to my starting momentum, which is now at 2. So I have 4 momentum starting this match.
And how does the heat do you gain heat for both you and
just me?
Just you? Okay, you gain heat with everybody.
Yeah,
okay.
It says gain 1 heat with your opponent. So
okay, with all 3 of them. All right. I think Lurs will be like, I'm really excited to see a interesting match tonight. Something that's not necessarily in the ring. It's been a bit of a time. I think this is the first time here on PWN.
Yeah, this is the first time here on PWN Live that we've had a match not take place inside of the squared circle. Really interested to see what happens today.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's about time. Let's getting some real wrestling in here. Let's see, right?
I think as we're squaring up to begin the match, Undertaker just kind of awkwardly folds her arms, trying to like work around the there. You know, it didn't have to be this way. I didn't really think, Death Blossom, that you were going to be so stupid as to drag this into a filthy parking garage. Really? Have we no standards? Let's just like genuinely change around. Have we no standards in this place? If you wanted the belt so badly, we could have cut a deal. But no. No, we have to... She just like looks down at the ground, just like pushes something with her shoe. We have to fight out here. Ugh. In the... like, some kind of... like the help or something. Ew, it's disgusting out here. But, if you really think you're going to walk away with the belt today, I wouldn't bet on it. I'm cutting a promo.
I assumed. Roll to cut that promo.
I forget what you rolled. That's plus look, yeah. There we go. Oh, come on though. The hell's my look? Oh, hey. God, even okay. That's a 6. I'm gonna burn a momentum. And there we go. That makes it a 7. I would like to gain +1 heat with Death Blossom.
Okay, perfect. Take that heat.
He sneers.
You know, Rory, the last time I was here, there weren't quite so many prima donnas in the ring.
I just think you haven't been paying close attention. With Ron Searling here in PWN, there's always at least one prima donna that's soaking up all the spotlight.
I mean, fair, but it didn't seem like he cared about getting his hands dirty.
That's fair. The Undertaker, I'm not sure why she's here, but I don't think it's to wrestle.
Yeah, seems like. Huh, we'll see what happens. I think then the bell will ring.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Death Blossom in control of this match.
Okay, so we're both in the quote unquote the ring at the same time, right?
Yeah, you
And
gotta
we can't
have
like
to
hat
be.
tag
Yeah.
anyone in or whatever.
Yeah, this is like a tornado tag situation. Though.
Yeah. Okay. So I think let's start with. I feel like After Dark and the Undertaker probably make the first move of like, well, we'll just get in here and like start swinging at us. So maybe they're like still trying to get the hang, clearly, because we've seen like the Undertaker's like, I don't want this on my wrist. It's gross. So they're getting like used to the cuffs, and we're trying to sell that Death Blossom and Iconic are like drift compatible. So they're like trying to get moves on us, and we're like, oh no, we'll just slide to the left, and then
Yeah.
okay, they
Slide
swing.
to the
Okay,
right.
we both go back. Right, we cha-cha real smooth.
Yeah.
And then we swing our hands up over them as they like come charging at us. We like do a little like like a square dance, like, oh, we'll put our hands up and you'll come through. Whoop. We both turn And so it's like a dance almost, because like the logistics of this would suck. Death Blossom's arms go up. Both she and Iconic turn together. So Iconic has her back to Death Blossom. Death Blossom picks her up and holds her there while Iconic delivers a double-legged kick,
No,
shoving
yeah.
both of them. So she like kicks both of them in the back, and they go flying against the hood of a car.
I love it. Roll me that beautiful. I think that's a work.
Yeah, so we're
I
like
think that's a work.
showcasing our technical expertise.
Yes.
Even though it makes no sense, when we hit the hood of the car, I want the horn to honk.
Sure.
Yes.
Why not? Wah.
That's
And the alarm goes off.
14.
Nice.
Dang.
So it looks good. It looks good as shit.
It looks real good.
Yeah, Jesus.
We'll take the momentum. I realized we should have done the overmove.
I know. I
Top.
forgot. Do that.
We'll do it at the end.
Yeah, we could do it.
We'll do it at the end.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
It's no
I
big
meant
deal.
to do it, and then I was like, oh wait, I forgot.
It's fine. It's
we
fine.
even talked about doing it.
I know. Oh my
And then we
God.
didn't.
Totally did.
We never did.
We're professionals.
I resent that remark.
I want to spend 2 momentum to gain heat because we like take a moment to be like, yeah, that was sick.
Yeah.
And like look at the two of them and you're like, these guys, what are they? They don't have any synergy.
Synergy.
So I'm gonna mark the Showtime synergy.
Wow, it looks like Over Undertaker and After Dark really coming in trying to end this match quick, but just being completely countered by Death and Rainbows.
Yeah, you can certainly see. I don't know what the word is for it, but the how well Iconic and Death Blossom are working together.
Oh,
They're
like
on a
that
different level.
buzzword that I hate using because it's corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their in-ring chemistry is off the charts.
Yeah, that we'll go with that, Rory. I like it.
Handcuffs is hard.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
I think we take that moment and we start to like do the walk, the steady walk over towards the Over Undertaker and After Dark. What do the two of you do after we like slam you down?
You got something, Jackie, or?
No, not quite. What do you got?
No, I think like we're hit on the car, and it's just like this awkward scramble. Is like it's going mer, 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 for it's just like fit. And like the friggin' chain like gets tangled on the hood. It's like you pull everything loose. It goes boop, boop. And it's just this like flustered nonsense of like I'm facing one direction and After Dark is facing the other, so like they go to move and like I go to move and it's like we just jerk into each other, and it's a lot of like flustered as we're trying to get around and work around this whole chain situation. Or at least for the Over Undertaker, she's completely put out. I have no idea if After Dark's very just like, yeah, no, you just have to go like this. No, just stop. What are you doing? But the Over Undertaker's completely useless. Trying to just maneuver basic like a human. Somehow ends up like this with on the wrong side. Like, wait, no.
So maybe while you're struggling then, like, because like we're just in control.
Mm-hmm.
We watch this happen for a second, and like the two Death Blossom and Iconic look at each other, like, and then they look back at Carmella Davis, who's like, and they're like, and Carmella Davis is like, the 1-2, the 1-2.
Yeah. It's just,
So we look back and like, oh, of course. And Death Blossom and Iconic look at each other for a second, and they're like jockeying. They like rock paper scissors. Like 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, fine. You high, I'm low. Iconic swings a chop into, let's say, After Dark, like wham into the chest. So After Dark's like, whoa, and then at the same time, Death Blossom goes down and does a leg sweep onto the Over Undertaker,
yes.
slapping them both onto their ass while they're like
I love it.
destabilized.
I love it.
So I guess we're wrestling with.
I think we're still on work. Yeah, I think we're still on work.
And that one is a 5. And I only have 1 left for momentum.
I'll put you over.
Okay.
A brilliant display of teamwork as Icon Eat goes for a leg sweep on the Over Undertaker as Death Blossom hits a deathly chop to the center of After Dark, and down they both go.
And then we do the high five again. We're like, yeah. Because it's a 7 and 9, I'm going to take the momentum and give control over to the other team.
Okay. Do you want me to take it?
Yeah, if you've got something, go for it.
All right. So they're both. So after Over Undertaker and After Dark fall over, right?
Oh wait, actually, I have one quick thing then. If we're because we're both on the ground, like next to cars.
Yeah.
I think I like end up like face down next to a car, and we're getting close, and we just see a bumper sticker that says like, "My other car is granola," and it's just like, ugh, the people in this town. She just like reaches up and like scratches it off, just. I'm angling for cheap heat here.
Yeah, I
That's
assumed.
fair.
Great, I'm gonna take my
Take that
momentum
cheap
back.
heat. Take that
Take
cheap
that
heat.
cheap heat.
Keep Vancouver weird.
Oh god.
Don't make Fox bad. Don't make Fox bad.
All right. There's a moment where after while Over Undertaker is ripping that bumper sticker and scratching it off, you just hear like After Dark remains still for a moment, and then you just see on the top of the motorcycle kind of Daft Punk visor appear the words Berserk, and
Oh yes.
and you just hear After Dark shout Berserker mode initiated.
Wait, what?
And After Dark literally just comes straight back up, sitting, and yanks over Undertaker, and now uses over Undertaker like a mace.
That's awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Kind of love it. I want you to roll body.
Okay,
Sure.
don't roll. I'm spending my 2 momentum because Death Blossom is an icon. I can spend 2 momentum to make anybody's roll a 10 plus.
Oh yes.
So I'm gonna make After Dark's roll a 10 plus.
So it's just gonna be
I
literally
love it.
over Undertaker plowing right through Death Blossom and Icon.
Bam! Go flying back.
And I think this is where I'm gonna do the athletic feat, where the force of that attack is going to break the handcuff chain.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I have a
Okay.
-2 to body, so I don't care.
Do it. Just go for it. I love it. Go for it.
I still rolled a 7.
Hey.
What does that get you? On the
Let me see. I can either I can do it, but it hurts. You can forfeit. You have to forfeit your next scheduled match. Someone steps in to cover for you. You
think
pull it off with help.
I think you get. I think the best thing to do is that you get it with help, and that Death Blossom gets that momentum because Death Blossom totally. Does that make the most sense?
Because Death Blossom like helps
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Because Death
she's
Blossom
like trying
totally
to be
just helped.
the honorable
Yeah.
person. Like, oh hey, like
Yeah.
Oh, like
she gets
actually trying
knocked
to.
down.
Oh, but not even that. Like just even though Death Blossom and Over Undertaker don't like each other, like Death Blossom still wants to help protect Over Undertaker from actually getting physically injured from this entire thing.
Yeah, maybe she sees that the strain is like super intense. It's like, oh
Yeah.
god, it's like caught in my hand. I'm gonna lose the hand if it doesn't come off. So she's
Right.
like, oh shit, and she goes over and like wrenches it.
Yeah. So now Over Undertaker is freed from from After Dark, and After Dark is going to literally start just bull rushing straight for Iconic and Death Blossom.
I love it.
And I think at this point, I think they're gonna grab the chain link that's holding them the two of them together, and then start pulling them to drag them up.
Whoa!
And I think that's where we're gonna see like kind of like this odd kind of power slam kind of style, where it's like yank the chain and then fly over them.
Yeah, I love it.
So we're
That's
probably going
Body,
to probably body again. I can see that.
or you could
I
roll
can-
heat.
I was gonna say I probably could roll heat because I think at this point it's just like it's kind of like we're all trying to sell off how ridiculously
Yeah.
robotic After Dark is. So yeah, I have +3 heat now, so this should work. Oh yeah, that was a 12. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll take the momentum, and then so they both land on the ground again, but this time we're gonna sell it more. So it's gonna be like this impact crater emerges. So it's like, because we put like a plaster Paris over the parking lot, the parking garage, and we just slam right down, and there's like cracking and everything.
Rory,
And,
I cannot believe this. I thought that Death and Rainbows was doing so well in this match, and then somehow this robot.
Yeah, it really seemed like they took their foot off a gas there for a second, and then After Dark just took control of the match. We still aren't sure exactly what they are, but some sort of robot or android seems to be the front runner at this point.
Yeah, I never could figure it out when they were working with me in the Indies. I just went with it. So, yeah.
The Over-Undertaker is sitting on the hood of a car fanning herself with money.
I do want it to be known,
Cross-legged.
I think as you're just bringing the pain, this is the best time to tell you that After Dark and Over Undertaker are booked to win.
Okay, so I don't have to use Hungry for this. After Dark is after
Quit
they
playing
land,
with your food After Dark. I have things to do today.
and After Dark just does like this complete like the head turn is not even logically anatomically possible, and it's just like a full head turn with a stare down at Over Undertaker,
Oh god.
and then
Yeah.
like it's like a full 140-degree turn, and it's just like that's not possible.
Larissa, that's just not okay.
Yeah, I never saw that, and I am feeling a little bit queasy right now, Rory.
And then there's a head turn back to both After Dark and Iconic, and what's gonna happen is After Dark walks over and lifts the chain back up to pull both of them up while they're still kind of part dangling, and but lifts them up in a way where it's like get them somewhat propped up on their feet, and then the lights in the parking lot dim and darken, and you just see this quick fuchsia neon backdrop emerge behind after Death Blossom and Iconic, and you hear, and there's that brief minute of lights out, and there's a sweeping side
Okay,
kick,
right before your finisher is when you also hear a weird noise and a silver Wienermobile appears.
Oh,
As the vessel and Phoenix have appeared back at this moment in time and space.
The vessel pops out. We have returned to where we are meant to be. You can now interact with reality around you.
What the? As I look over the three of them fighting, what the hell? And the Over Undertaker looks over like, what the hell?
Is that Phoenix?
and yeah.
So I'm giving
So there's-
Phoenix a chance to run in.
I'm gonna run
if he
in.
wants to.
Screw it.
That's-
Okay,
I
go,
wanted
go,
to give
go.
Phoenix this chance.
I'm gonna run in on my own tag team. What is this game? Sure. Let me
Go,
find the
Phoenix,
run-in
go.
move. What the hell is? Where is it?
It's on the first
While this is
page on the
happening, I'm gonna
bottom
do
right corner.
a quick thing which
Yeah.
doesn't affect anyone's rolls. Which
Yes.
is like what before the Wienermobile appears, like
Mhm.
we were like, okay, we're about to get smashed. So we're like looking up, we're gonna do some cheap heat. Like, no matter what happens, Vancouver, just remember, these two wild cards, they have to be separate to fight, but we're stronger together.
Oh,
That's what you're here to see.
that's so good. Take that cheap heat. Take
Yeah,
that cheap heat.
Because then I can spend that momentum on your finisher.
Okay, you're running in. What'd you roll?
So I botched.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna spend my 2 momentum to give you a 10 on your run-in.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't botch. And that's
It's a hot
10.
angle.
It's a hot angle. You both gain +1 heat with each other, and you pick one. Shit. Okay. So I'm gonna run in on After Dark because I recognize Death Blossom. Like I recognize the other two wrestlers. I don't know if I've ever had any interactions with this After Dark person.
Nope.
But I know what I can tell a Terminator is killing people, and I just got done with time travel, and I'm a little shook. So, what Phoenix is gonna, let's see. I should pick one before I describe what actually is gonna happen. Let's see. Attack them in the ring. This books them as the winner. They're what? Do any of these result in them losing? I don't think they do. Does not change the outcome. Then I can make it a no contest.
If you attacked Death Blossom and/or
I think I'm just gonna go with the
iconic-
first
yeah.
one, where it's you attack them in the ring. This books them as the winner, and their opponent gets DQ'd for your outside interference. I think is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Because she's just in a blind panic. So I will take +1 heat with hey, my heat's unfrozen now. 1 heat with After Dark.
After Dark,
There we go.
Mhm.
And
and
it's
and
just-
also you get +1 heat with
Over
yourself-
Undertaker.
Over Undertaker.
oh god, right. Okay.
You get
That
heat
makes-
with yourself.
Heat with yourself.
Time and space, when you travel through it, y'all, it's a wild fucking thing. So I just like as I kind of come stumbling out of the Wienermobile and I take in this scene, I just reach back into the Wienermobile and pull out like my now bent ass baseball bat and just I glance very quickly at the vessel and go, I gotta go kill a Terminator! Ah! Die, Terminator! And
As
like just boom the bat against the back of After Dark's head, just as hard as Phoenix could swing it.
as After Dark crumbles to the ground, the bell rings, and Larissa's like, "Well, Rory, that was unexpected. I did not expect to see a bright silver Wienermobile appear out of nowhere."
Well, that's very clearly the vessel's vessel.
Ah,
Surely you would recognize it by now.
Did I save the future?
I've never seen it.
Did I?
I've never seen it, but it was interesting seeing Phoenix pop out of a hot dog. Anyway.
There's
Look
that clear resounding metal clang that you hear now in all the Terminator movies when the metal hits metal. It's like gong.
I guess After Dark and Over Undertaker retain their title due to disqualification.
That appears to be what has happened here, but what a weird night for PWN.
And
You
you
can't
kind of hear,
disqualify us. It's time travel. It was interdimensional.
I just looked down at Iconique in a blind panic and go, "Come with me if you want to live."
and then I think you hear like this over the mic, and like Larissa kind of puts her hand up, but you kind of hear this muffled like, "What the fuck is Alistair doing, Rory? What the fuck is going on?" And then we move from the ring to this dark room. We see those vampires again laying on what seems to be like a stone slab of some sort. As we pull out, there is the camera pulls out, we see bars that seem to be made of silver. On the other side, we see Alistair. And he looks in and he says, "So, you ready to play ball now?" And she just looks over and bares her fang. And then, this has been PWN Live from Vancouver, Washington. Tune in next week for more action and fun.
Now that's butt rock.
That is
Yes.
butt rock.
This is
That's
nothing
why I picked it.
a butt rock. Alistair did a kidnapping. That's not okay.
Alistair did a kidnapping weeks ago. But y'all have been doing such weird things that I haven't had a chance to bring it back.
He put the vampire lady in wrestler jail.
Fine. She's just under the thumb of the Camarilla. She'll
She'll-
break
she'll be
forth and bring
fine.
forth an anarch revolution in time.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, you know, you just have to destroy. You just have to destabilize the ivory tower. You know, that's all.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as the week of nightmares comes, they will see the dawning of Gehenna. I get it.
Let's do Death Watson's overmove because I forgot to do it at the beginning.
It's fine.
Because I'm done.
Whoops a poopsie doody doo.
Well, that's funny.
What?
That reptile?
Dusty.
I don't even know.
I don't even know
Hang on a
anymore.
second. Hang on a
Don't
second.
even-
Just right here. Dusty.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Deep in the
Well
pit.
done. Well done.
Way deep.
I gain 3 momentum, and then I can spend momentum 1-to-1 to demand and be granted any match I wish as the main event of the episode. Too late for that. We'll count it for next episode,
You'll
maybe.
get it for next episode, yeah.
Add a stipulation to the upcoming match. Call out anyone on the roster. Declare a non-wrestling segment for later in the show. One designed to showcase you in the best possible light, or introduce a new aspect to your wrestling personae. When that segment starts, I take +1 momentum. I can choose not to spend any and thus start the episode with all 3, but I'm not fulfilling my potential. Creative makes a soft move to prod me towards greatness or test whether I'm worthy of my current position. Of course, I'm going to be spending all of it.
I think because I was a jerk, you can have all of this next game.
That's
Unless
fine.
you really wanted it for today, but I feel
No. I mean, it wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense for but I would demand a rematch without space and time against the Upper Undertaker and After Dark.
you guys need to come up with a tag team name, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't know that I needed to do that until it was time to stream, so I didn't have one. So maybe you
Big
should
money
tell us-
wrestling.
Maybe you should tell us this shit beforehand,
We're the
Kate.
tag team champions. What the fuck do you expect?
Yeah, Kate's right.
Thank you.
I didn't ask to be the tag team champions. I had greatness thrust upon me.
You still were though, so I figured you just knew. I'm sorry. Now you know.
Jackie, what the fuck is our tag team name?
Anyway,
I'm pushing
we're
enough
gonna
on you.
finish up what we're doing.
Vegas,
Uh,
baby.
Vegas, baby. Money, money,
How
money.
how about the Dark Knight?
No.
Can we
no.
just call ourselves? Can we just call ourselves Big Money?
Sure. I
Big
don't
money
care.
is fine, or
Big prizes.
Okay. Anyway, you can talk about this later. We also
You
need to do
you
the-
asked for one right now.
No, I didn't. I said
You literally said you need a tag team name. Do the outros. Do the
I'm
outros.
going to
Do the
continue to
outros.
call out the Over Undertaker.
Okay, I love it. So Ganny
Because
Heat with over Undertaker.
this is a feud that we're
I love
doing
it.
it.
I
We're
love it
deep
so
in the
much. I
paint.
love this
Yeah.
feud. This feud so much.
So that brings me to a +3 with her, which is fine. I'm down a clown. Doink the clown. And then let's declare a non-wrestling segment for later in the show designed to showcase me in the best possible light or introduce a new aspect to my persona. And I think it's the tag team
Yeah.
of like, I've been such a hard ass, and like I'm still tough, but we're doing this like
I like this. Okay,
rebranding.
I've got ideas. Tag team promo rebranding.
Yeah,
I like it. Okay, sounds good.
we can have
Lu-
matching outfits.
Yes,
Ooh.
and you might be doing makeup. All right,
Yes.
so
Which one of you can play the horn?
Phoenix, you're not gonna lose heat this one. Neither will the vessel. But
Okay.
everyone else who you didn't interact with, lose heat. All that stuff. Does anyone
Sounds
get
good.
fired? I don't think so. I think y'all are fine.
No,
I mean, we'll see what happens with Ron next time.
Oh, Ronnie boy.
I stay in the top spot under the new rules, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't think anyone
do.
took it from you.
Cool.
So yeah.
They have to take it from you now.
All right, let's
Right.
do some outros. We're gonna start with Jackie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage on the internets. You can find me all over Twitter at Death by Mage. I sometimes create games, so you can check those out at deathbymage.itch.io. You can also check out all my DMs Guild stuff. You can just find all the handy links down below in the chat because there's too many things I do. So just do that. Saves you a lot of time. Just all my stuff I do.
Yeah, just go to his portfolio. It's all there.
all It's too long.
Simon.
I am Simon. You can find me on Twitter at Lucha Libris. You can find all of my game design stuff at colorspreadgames.itch.io. I am a tabletop RPG streamer here every week, obviously. Sundays, usually at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're playing Arrowin, a Numenera stream. In a homebrew world, we're taking a week off. And that's on Welcome to the Party. I'm also the GM for Unnatural Disasters, which is a Monster of the Week game, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, also on Welcome to the Party. I am a professional GM for Magpie Games, the curated play program. If you would like to play a game of Bluebeard's Bride or Rapscallion or Cartel or any of the other fantastic games they have on offer, go to magpiegames.com/curated-play to learn more about the program and how you can sign up. My schedule, I think, is already booked up, but there might be a spot or two opening up in a day or so. So stay tuned for that. I'm also a voice actor. If you want to listen to my voice tell you a story and be a scary villain this season on the Penumbra podcast, it is a queer sci-fi and fantasy audio drama. You can check that out on Twitter at the Penumbra Pod and thepenumbrapodcast.com.
Yo. Smurf.
Hi, I'm Smurf. You can find me on the internet at DSC_Smurf. I play a lot of role-playing games with Dumbstat Charisma, Silver RPG, and All Nerds Here. So check me out, and I'm on things all the time.
Cool. Fox.
Hey folks, I remain Fox Barrett at Fox_Barrett on Twitter, where you can find me just talking about tabletop RPGs these days and trying to not lose my mind at the state of things. You can also find me over at twitch.tv/DevilsLuckGaming, hanging out with the Devil's Luck crew as part of their Expanse hack called Stellar Age Arbiter's Ascent 0532 Second Apex, where we are big robots that punch each other. And I might have more things coming down the pipe soon. I might do some streaming on this channel, actually. Maybe. We're talking... Kate and I, we're talking about some things. I don't know.
We got some ideas.
I've got this controller and I've got some thoughts, you know? We'll see where it's going to take us. Could be.
I really just want to quote that with you now every time you say it. The Stellar Age Arbiter's Ascent. Oh, because I know it now. Because you've said it so many...
0532 Second Apex.
Yeah. I just want to quote it with you every time you say it.
I might have the order wrong is the problem because the logo is stacked on top of itself, so it's hard to tell which one takes precedent where, and Connery gets it wrong every time. So
hey, do what you want, Fox.
That's how I wrote it down the first time.
Who wrote the title too?
Yeah, Connor, get it together. All right. Anyway, we love Devil's Luck over here. We love Devil's Luck. No, I'm Kate. You can find me at Me and Midair on the Twitters or on the Discords where we hang out. And if you want to hang out with some fun people and see some really interesting clips that we like to post, you can check them out at in the Discord, which is down below us here on the link. But also, I stream here and also over at twitch.tv/SlowMadeGames. I will be there tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in the Dragonlance The Lost Tower game with Jackie. And then on Thursday, actually I'll be there tomorrow night too, on the Game Master Chats. I think is at, I can't remember what time it is. I think it's at 5. No, it's at 7 Pacific Standard Time. Doing Game Master Chats, and it's awesome. I'm excited about that. And then I will also be there on Thursday in Call of Thursday, The Idol of Blood. One of us is dead. What will happen next? It's good times.
Madness.
Don't forget.
That's what.
Nothing good.
I
Nothing
bet
good.
somebody else dies.
Possibly.
I'd bet
who
that.
knows?
I'd bet on that.
Yeah, probably.
Betting.
So don't forget to hang out, chat with us. We'll be here for a bit, answering questions if you have them, or just talking about the game. It's what we like to do here so that we can focus on the game and then get to interact with you a bit. And don't forget that over at So Many Games, raising money for the LGBTQ Freedom Fund. Go check that out. 2, Black Lives Matter. 3, trans rights are human rights. I'm going to say that every week. Okay. Let's chill, peeps. What up?
Woo! That was a crazy game.
Woof.
What?
I have returned to where I'm supposed to be.
Have you?
How you?
Are you ever really where you are when you're somewhere?
Well, wherever you go, there you are. So
Okay.
I have not
I
yet
get it.
started art for that unicorn skull logo. That will happen tomorrow, but it's gonna happen. I didn't know about it until today.
I
So-
literally decided it in the moment, right there and then. So
Yeah, it's just
Yep,
like I
it's
literally
fair.
decided that the Muppets were gonna go with Karma to the
to the
Yeah.
walk. Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah, and then Belmo was gonna announce. It was like in that moment, and then I was like, "Hey, Simon, I'm doing this," and he's like, "Give me a sec." I was like, "Okay, we will stretch this as long as we
there's
can." So
there's a little
Simon
suitcase
could
full of
get
puppets
the
right over
puppet.
here off the camera. So I just had to root around in there and pull out a friend.
Right?
No, I'm not telling you who Pip Squeak's dad is.
What's this now?
That's not
Oh,
that's none of
you
your
have to-
business.
you have to say what the question. Kate,
Oh,
there's
sorry.
there's a format to
Sorry.
this. Someone in the chat asks.
So since apparently everyone in this game is going to be related, Pipsqueak, who was one of the announcers on the one shot I ran Friday for the Thread Raiders Oasis of Hope game, which was the first ever episode of the PWN Indies, or as I like to call them, the Punies.
Punies. You're welcome.
Is one of the announcers. I decided that she was Larissa's daughter. Since apparently everyone in this game is going to be related, Varnish Truth asks, Pipsqueak is Larissa's daughter, but who is her dad? Alistair or Benny?
You'll never know.
It ain't none of your business. I'm not telling you.
Benny's gotten around. I don't think he and Larissa would have hooked up. He's a bit. How old is Larissa? Is the thing.
Larissa's.
Because Benny's like in his 60s. He's an old man.
Larissa's got kids that are in their early 20s, so she's mid 40s probably.
Okay, yeah. So there's enough of an age gap there that like I don't know. I don't see those two had really intersected.
Yeah.
But you know, not that he hasn't had his fair share of loves won and lost and lost and lost. But no, I don't imagine those two. Listen, I only recently found out that Benny has a mother, so like let's take his family tree one step at a time.
So did I. It just happened, and I said yes because it seemed right.
Hey, I'm here for it. Like, it apparently the apple fell just straight down from the tree.
Yeah, the
But-
Chad is not Pipsqueak's dad.
No.
No.
We're getting some terrible. If you have questions, chat, that aren't related to who begat whom.
Yeah. No. No.
No,
Oh,
let's
I
go
will
all the
say-
way down this train wreck
No.
road.
No.
I will say though, I think tonight, my favorite part, one of my favorite bits from tonight, at least for today's the episode was when Ron actually decided to cause actual physical injury to Karma. That was like
That was
so painful.
That was good.
Man,
That was so good.
That was such a
I
good
was like,
story
Never
moment,
wrestle
though.
your heroes.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
so
God.
good.
That was so good. Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh man.
And it gave me an opportunity to finally use that one move. It's like, hey, oh, this is a tense moment. We're actually having a tense moment. It's not a comedy beat. I can do the thing.
it also gave me a moment to just bring out Alistair and just be a total
Yeah, it's been too long
Also
since we've
Yeah.
seen him.
fun.
I like excuses
like-
to see him because he sucks.
He sucks
Yeah.
hard, y'all. He's the worst. He divorced
yeah.
his wife and married someone his kid's age. Y'all need to understand. He's the worst. He's the worst.
Mhm.
When the theme that you have for him also like really
Yeah.
sells that tone
Mhm.
shift because like
Oh,
you
yeah.
could feel the ice in
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
the room
That-
just
that
drop down.
menace.
Like
Like the temperature dropped and it wasn't the thermostat.
No.
Yeah.
He's like
it's every time he shows up, like I as a player, I'm like, oh shit, it's time, drama.
It's
I
you
joked
know.
about when I made him that he's a cross between it was Donald Trump, Vince McMahon, and that jerk guy who I don't ever remember his name, but that jerk guy who like always wants to jack up all the prices on pharmaceuticals so that people can't afford to buy their prescriptions.
Well, that's
Zuckerberg?
Jack.
Yeah.
we
well,
all reach for different people. What does that say about our planet?
Yeah, that I always think of like that, like just the whole
Oh yeah, Martin
Yeah.
Shkreli.
yeah, Skrelly,
Yeah,
yeah,
Skrillex.
like
Skrillex.
he's like
Martin
a
Skrillex.
mix of those three people, like the worst.
But two of them are almost the same type.
Yeah, pushed together into like Yeah, he's terrible. That's the
Yeah,
whole point.
it's awful.
It's all, but he
At
makes for
least
good.
Wu-Tang got their album back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
That's good at least.
See, they're nothing to fuck with. Like,
I gotta
We've
admit,
told you, the killer bees are on the swarm.
you gotta admit when someone the last one, my favorite when I saw the Panic at the Disco tweet, and I was like, really, 42, you're gonna try to use a Panic at the Disco song, and you think you're not gonna get clapped back for that? What?
Jackie, what the hell is our wrestling team name? We gotta,
what's the wrestling
we
team?
gotta, because I
I
can't.
think it's the Dark Knight. I really do.
I need
Amy suggests the
Money Bots.
money bots.
One-arm bandit.
Oh,
Oh.
the one-armed bandits is pretty good too, actually.
Yeah.
Oh.
Slot
Money bot-
machine.
Money bots.
I-
Money.
Slot machine.
I like the slot machines. That would-
Just slot machine. You don't need
Yeah.
slot
I don't
machine.
feel okay calling a woman a slot machine.
She's not a woman. You're as a team. It's not just a woman.
I don't feel okay about that.
There's a roulette joke in here,
That's
probably.
fair.
The money ballers. Cause Moneyball.
Yeah.
I don't know.
ATM automated teller murder.
I like
You
that
know,
one.
like
That
when
was
you go to
pretty
put
good.
you go down to the bank, you put your debit card in, and the machine shoots you in the nuts. Like,
The number of times that has happened is why I've switched to online banking. I gotta be honest with you. Can't a girl just deposit a check? And the answer is no.
yeah,
No.
without
Every
being
time,
like,
right in my nuts. It's just the worst.
yeah. You know that Gabriel Gundecker bit about the Coinstar?
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
The coin stars.
Every time I go to the Coinstar, it's not
Well,
working.
I would say it probably had to be Starcoin just so we could be legally distinct.
Yeah.
There's
Uh,
Vegas jokes, gambling,
The
loot
strip.
box.
Oh,
The strip is actually
No.
pretty good.
no.
This is not a fucking casino Hooters.
Yo.
I like
Oh,
the idea of casino,
Luchador's
though,
like
so
mayhem
wait.
money bags. Is
The
is his
MGM.
idea.
the MGM. Money, gold, and more money.
Although if you were MGM,
Oh,
you
the
could
high
do
rollers.
Years in mayhem.
Oh, high rollers. I like
Because
that.
you're on a friggin' motorcycle, and I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah.
The high
I think
rollers.
that's actually a tag
the
team
high
name
rollers.
in
What?
wrestle.
High
God
rollers. Yeah.
Damn it! Of course it is.
Of
I'm not saying you
course.
can't use it. I'm just telling you I think it actually is a tag
The
team name. in
low
wrestling.
rollers, then. Fuck them.
Low Riders. That's a different tag team.
That's a very different tag team.
Oh,
Money,
Let me
gold, and
see,
mayhem.
hold on.
Very good. From the chat, thank you.
Oh, there is a tag team name
of
for
course.
it. There,
Of course.
yeah.
Cash
Alright,
grab.
Ooh,
was
cash
it
grab.
was it the Miz
Cash
on that
grab's
one,
good.
or am I thinking the wrong
Smash
one?
and grab.
I
Oh,
think you're
sm-
right.
Maybe it's more of a
Smash and grab.
thievery thing, but I like cash grab. Cash grab's pretty good.
Cash grab's pretty
sounds
good.
I
like
like
cash
Pretty
that.
good
grab.
actually.
So let it
Yeah.
be done.
Okay, I'm gonna put
This is
that
the
on
way.
the thing. Cash
So say
grab
we
is
all.
the new tag team name of.
Cash
Yeah,
grab.
apparently the High Rollers had a previous name also known as Freak Show, and it was with
Yeah.
Sean Cook and Guy Lombardo.
Yes.
So there you go. There was apparently a tag team wrestling database that exists, and I did
Mhm.
not know this.
There's a lot of wrestle databases. Mhm.
I
The whole-
appreciate that.
The whole of human knowledge is at our fingertips, and this is what we do with it.
And we use it to look at cat videos.
Yes.
Yes.
Cat.
I also like to
Videos.
watch wrestle videos of specific wrestlers, like my man Kofi.
I just like watching videos for shipping, characters on a TV show frequently.
What,
Why
like
not
the
the
things where they
price?
take a Disney character and animated, and they mix it with like a live action person?
Either that, or it's like from an existing show. Like I just rewatched.
Oh, did you
another-
not know? Did I just curse you?
Wait,
Yeah.
I think I just ringed you,
Ja-
Fox. Shit.
Jackie, I don't want to interrupt you, but apparently I haven't been. I thought I had found
I
weird
missed
internet.
this too.
No,
Clearly,
like,
I
so
have not
you
found
take,
weird
like,
internet.
Fucking Heath Ledger in A Knight's Tale, and then
Sure.
you splice clips of that with Elsa, so
Yep.
that they like run at each other, and then they like embrace, and then you
Yep.
set that to like Bring Me to Life by Evanescence.
Yep. Or some
This
other
is a
very-
thing.
I
It's
need an
a thing.
adult.
It's a real
Have I
thing.
missed
It's traumatizing.
I need
I
this
I forget
in
what
my
the term
life.
is for it, but
I need this in my
Trauma.
life.
I need an adult
No.
to wake me up inside.
Yeah,
Save
wake
me.
I
up.
can't get back.
It's either that or it's gonna be Taylor Swift's love story. It's usually that.
Oh,
Yeah, it's stuff like that.
no.
Trouble.
No.
Hey, so tonight's game was really great. That was a lot of fun.
No.
I love hanging out with y'all. It's a fabulous, wonderful thing. And you know, I'm glad that the Punies went great. It's fantastic. We have more lore now. More lore is always important.
Yep.
I want to see more puny stuff.
It's gonna happen.
Give us
just
more.
slowly but
Yes.
surely. I only have so much time in my life to
I'm
do
just-
things.
I'm also kind of glad that we've stepped up the stakes a bit. Cause I think is this our first injuries at all?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
don't think we've ever had anybody get any injuries.
No, the cook got hurt in season
The
one.
cook got hurt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
okay.
right.
But
It was
then I
like the
advanced and
second
got rid of it.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
Ah,
advanced,
okay.
and then I got rid of it like literally the next episode. So I was like, okay, well that
Okay.
didn't last long.
Yeah.
But this is gonna linger for karma for a little bit.
Yeah.
And War Master, it's gonna stay because you don't clear it unless you advance.
Yeah, that's the only way you can do
Think.
it. Everyone has different injury stipulations now.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
right. Oh yeah, you get like
like
a
for-
move, essentially.
Some everyone gets something different. Yeah, so like for example, After Dark's playbook, the call up, when they get injured, they check an injury box. While injured, they can still wrestle, but creative will not book you to win. If you win the match anyways, gain a +1 heat with your opponent, which I was like, wow, that with Hungry is just going to be silly. And of course, when you spend an advance, you can erase a check. If you have 3 checks, you can no longer compete. The Cook's new one is actually very similar to the old High Flyer one. So when the Cook gets injured, he takes 2 injury boxes, and the ref stops the match for excessive punishment and DQs your opponent. This overrides the creative's booking. If you wrestle while injured, your opponent can only take control of the match from you if they break kayfabe.
yeah.
So I was like, it's a lot different now. So I was looking at that today because I was like, oh, we actually dealt injuries. All right, let's take a look at this and see what's going on.
So cool. That means the War Master actually has like some ongoing effects. Then looking at the monster character sheet.
Yeah, because they can get revenge matches against anyone who won things against him while he was injured.
Yeah.
is
Ooh,
very
that's
cool.
good.
Yeah, that's
There's
that's
a lot of really cool stuff about building like future things forward.
and I'm glad we're kind of starting to mess with those a little bit because it's a mechanic we haven't seen too much of. So
Mhm.
Well, because like before it was just very kind of generic for most of us, and now it's like something different. I know High Flyer still had the same check 2 boxes, but I like this way now. Like there's a lot of variance and a lot of build up for a lot of these characters.
So next week it's just gonna be we're gonna have 2 people square off. They're gonna be in a ring. They're gonna get some nice like, oh, I've got you in a headlock, you jerk, and then put them on the ground and lift the leg up, and then it's 1, 2, 3. It's totally reasonable and normal. Nobody's gonna drop down out of the rafters holding a battle axe. And
Sure.
And it turns out they're also a puppet from the future.
Right. So one of my advances is
Like I'm just
Let me
fusing
see.
things together here.
Oh, I actually get an advance for After Dark now because headline a show in the main event. So that's check marked.
Oh yeah. What the heck is my want as the Over Undertaker?
My want is still domination though, so I don't know if that qualifies still considering
Mhm.
considering I didn't exactly dominate.
You did not.
Yeah, I don't know what the
We're
hell
getting there.
constitutes a showcase for your skills when you consider someone like the Over Undertaker, who very, very strongly does not wish to wrestle at any point.
I think the time will come when the Over Undertaker actually has to wrestle, and that's when everyone realizes, oh.
Well, she can't wrestle, though. She's terrible at it. She has a body of -2 and a work of -1.
The
I think-
Over Undertaker
I think-
versus the Vessel.
I think it's just like a series of elaborate schemes kind of all come together.
Yeah,
like
I
it's a
think I need-
fucking
yeah.
Looney Tunes, like the
Mhm.
piano falls and shit on people.
Yeah.
You're not
that's
wrestling,
insane.
you're just like, aha, I've activated my trap card.
It's very much the Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck skit where they pull off all their elaborate schemes.
Okay. I probably should have some elaborate schemes then.
Or just
That
like
might be
throw
a
money
good
at the problem
idea.
until it falls
Yeah, yeah.
apart.
Or throw money at the problem, just show how money solves almost all your problems.
I guess that's true. To be fair, like, really what she's trying to work towards right now is just like, well, if I can get people injured and fuck up most of his roster. Because that's the thing. It's like, I feel like Phoenix as a character is more interested in seizing the means of wrestling production, whereas the Over Undertaker is just trying to obliterate the business from inside of it so that
Mhm.
other people could have their own promotion.
Yeah. Well,
So, I
and
think
After
that's what
Dark
she's
is more than
scheming
happy to
towards.
be the After Dark is more than happy to be the merc that just obliterates everything in the path.
You wonderful weird space robot.
I was really waiting to see if that was going to be an injury related to After Dark, because then it was going to be like a reveal time for After Dark in terms of what After Dark is. I was like, well, there's no injury today. I guess we'll just have to hold off on revealing what After Dark really is.
Who even knows?
So now two of
I
you-
still don't.
3
No.
possums in a trench coat.
Probably.
Probably.
So I know 3 of you have still got, or 2 of you have got shows
we
tonight.
we gotta go.
We gotta get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
So
sorry, my
Yeah.
friends. Love y'all very
Yeah.
much.
All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out.
oh wait, I'm the one in control. I have to be the
Yeah.
one to.
You're
We
in
have-
charge of this, Fox.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.